Where did you come from? Where did you go?
I don't know why that song's stuck in my head now.
Yo, that thing is hella stuck in my head. Where did that even come from?
It's a song.
No, but like, I don't remember, like, is it like from like a known movie? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Something, Cotton Eye Joe. That shit is racist as a motherfucker. But it's all good, man. It's all good.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe. Spotify Joe.
Spotify Joe.
Spotify Joe. Goddamn. You already know what it is. Shit. I think I'm ready to go.
I'm Gucci.
If you're ready to go,
got my Gucci belt on. Got my Gucci slippers on.
What? I just with my Gucci flip flops.
I just fucked your bitch in my Gucci flip flops.
I ain't got no Gucci. Fuck that.
Everyone wants to go buy Gucci flip flops after that.
Yo, real shit.
Do you see the cars? Was it Six Buzz or Academics that posted a car that looked like Gucci flip flops?
Oh yeah.
What a dumbass.
Where was that? Is that here?
I hope it's not in Toronto.
I hope.
Because if you are, you get CCS.
I assumed it was Toronto because Six Buzz.
If Six Buzz, then it was Toronto. If it's Academics,
didn't Six Buzz post it? I saw it on the feed. The first post on the feed like 10 times. Yeah, I just decided not to look at who actually posted it.
I remember who posted it, but yeah, what a waste of money.
Whatever. Those people are idiots. Stick to your non-name brand because name brands are out of style.
Oh my god, I watched this video.
And that's my fun fact for today.
I watched this video and it's how rappers don't get paid for dropping name brands.
Of course they don't.
And pop stars don't drop name brands because
they don't get paid.
They get paid whenever they do drop it or if they're wearing it. It's like Migos wear all these Versace, but they pay for their Versace. If Justin Bieber was to wear Versace, there's a very high chance Versace paid him or gave it to him for free. To
that's why even shit as simple as a water bottle. Yeah. If you're displaying yourself visually for your podcast or whatever it may be,
gotta get your money.
You're not getting that. You're not giving them free promo. Fuck that. Get paid.
Yo, be smart out there.
Like my dude Spotify Joe.
All you guys out there, Spotify Joe.
Get paid.
I wonder how much
Where did he come from? Where did he go? Shout out episode 1 number. I can't even say that. Shout out episode 175 Spotify Joe. You already know what it is. Let's get it. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. You already know what it is. You already know what it is, guys.
Mic check or microphone check.
Nah, we're saying the full thing, man. No abbreviations. No abbreviations today. You already know what it is, guys. Welcome to another episode of the True North Views podcast, guys. We out here. It's episode number 18.
18.
We're legal.
Big Boys Table.
In Montreal, we're
Big
legal.
Boys Club.
We got 3 more episodes to be legal in the States.
Jeez.
And next week, we're going to say we're legal everywhere else in Canada. So episode number 18, we're finally done our teenage years. We're on to real life now.
No, we're 18. You're still in a teenage. 19 is when we can say we're done.
Let's ask the question.
Okay.
What is considered an adult? Because isn't like, you know how they teach you 18 is adult?
Yeah, but I think it's like to the end of 18. Like it includes 18. You're still...
So as long as teen is not in your age name?
Well, then 19 you're an adult, I think.
So, I don't know. Maybe 20 is the true adult.
When you graduate high school, you should be an adult. Or you're expected to be an adult.
Damn, I don't know. Nonetheless, we're on episode number 18, guys. We made it. The government has not stopped us yet. We out here, man. Let's give ourselves a round of applause because guess what? We finally have.
We said episode 20.
They should have never given us this, and I say they from the perspective of DJ Khaled. Give ourselves a fucking round of applause, man. We finally got that soundboard, baby.
Is that a crowd right here?
We finally got that soundboard, baby.
Crowd? Are we on stage?
Come on now.
I can't tell.
You should have never gave us a soundboard.
We're just getting started with
We should have never found this app. We should have never found this app, guys.
Episode 21 is all going to be soundboards.
God damn. God damn. We're literally only going to use the soundboard. So we're amped. We're excited. We got our soundboard up and running. We're going to be looking for different sound bites as we go along.
Yeah, we're going to add a little bit.
But let's enhance the podcast a little bit, guys. You already know what it is. We made it to adulthood, so it's time to turn it up a notch. Hey. It's True North Views podcast. It's your go-to podcast to start your week. Woo. It's your favorite podcast. It's your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. Some would even call us Toronto's official, unofficial podcast.
Damn. We are the kings of dope criticism.
Damn.
The Pharaohs of Prolific Opinion.
Damn, son.
The Emperors of Elevated Thought.
It's your boy Harris here.
I go by the name JustShola.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians on what's really buzzing, what people are talking about, and most importantly, what people are not talking enough about.
No, they ain't.
Interesting week.
Wait, before we start, plug.
Let's hear that.
Let's plug
my shit.
Plug our socials.
Plug the shit.
Yo, I'm making a known effort to do it at the beginning and at the end of the podcast.
Hold me to that. You're right. Hold me to that. So we got to plug the socials, man. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram at True North Views. That's all one word. TrueNorthViews. I wonder if I'll spell that wrong one day.
I'll spelling it with you just so if you
I don't think I will. I think I got the rhythm down at this point.
You know, if I spell it, it's going to be QRXTWNRA number one sign.
We tried giving you that responsibility in episode 1. That shit did
too much
not
pressure.
work.
It's just too much pressure.
That shit did not work.
Too much pressure to spell that shit right.
You got to get on that spelling bee wave.
No, isn't there one coming up when school starts?
Shit.
We'll be watching there.
Shit.
Place of origin, please.
You already know what it is, though, man. Shit. Where are we at? Instagram. We're on Twitter. You know what? I think I might have to stop saying all the different platforms we're on.
Are we going to say that every episode?
And I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start saying, guys, if you look us up on SoundCloud, on Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify, you will find us, True North Views Podcast. If you also look us up on your major podcast streaming of choice, whether that's Player FM, whether it's Castbox, whether it's Spotify, Google Play, whether it is... there's an app called Podcast.
There's an app that's called Podcast. How is that not taken? Isn't that illegal? Shouldn't it be like trademarked or something?
I mean, I don't know what it's linked to, but there's a podcast app. I was telling my boy about the show.
And it's called a podcast.
And he's like, yo, are you guys on Apple Podcasts? Or, yo, I have this podcast app that I look shit up on. So I was like, we're on Apple. But I said, you know what? Load up your app.
And check it.
I didn't even know what app it was. I said, load up your app. Let's see if we're on there. Because that's how confident I am in how far our outreach is at this point. He looked us up and we're on there.
Oh, you're everywhere.
So
man.
I'm just going to say we're everywhere. Pick your major podcast streaming service of choice.
Pick your poison.
And search True North Views Podcast. You will find us.
And drink it.
If you are following us on Twitter, you will notice that the YouTube viewers, or I guess the YouTube videos, are being slowly put up one by one. I think we're up to, by the time this episode releases, we're fully done. So I'm not even going to say what episode I've uploaded up to thus far. I'm going to say we're going to be fully done by the time this episode releases.
For real.
So I thank you in advance to the YouTube listeners. We're not visual yet on YouTube, but the audio is up there for those that want to listen to us at their convenience. So shout out to them. Again, just search us up, True North Views Podcast. Spread the word.
We'll be out here.
Spread the word, man. Spread the word. You already know how it works. It's 6 degrees of separation. If you tell six mans, and you tell 6 mans and tell 6 more mans, and you wash and you rinse and you repeat and you recycle, everyone's gonna know about us.
For real.
Viewers, we appreciate it because the numbers are going up. The numbers are going up. We keep
on a Monday.
Yo, facts.
Because we drop on Monday, guys.
Facts. Yo, that's actually a bar. That's actually a super bar. Why don't we have a soundbite of that? But like, we're gonna. Oh man, they should have never given us a soundboard. We're gonna flood it. You know what we're gonna add to it? We're gonna add going up on a Tuesday, but with us voiceover saying Monday. Like going up on a Monday. And then that's it. And then that's going to be the end of the soundboard.
Yo, I'm dead.
Fuck. Shit. They should have never gave us this, man. They definitely fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. Are we adding that to the soundboard too?
There was
Goddamn.
There's a LMFAO, the one with shots. He's like, I fucked up, or no, some shit like that. I can't remember. He said fucked up.
But it's actual LMFAO song.
LMFAO and Lil Jon, yeah.
Okay,
it's called Shots.
We're adding that to
remember
No,
that?
I know Shots. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a line in there where he goes, I fucked up, because he drank too much shots, and it's the song.
I think I know what part you're talking about.
And then the beat stops, and he goes, I fucked up. And he goes, nah.
Oh, we're adding that. Oh, that's being added to the soundboard for sure.
Guys, if you have anything you think will be good for our soundboard, let us know and we will add it.
Shit. So you know how it is, man. Every week, midweek, we ask the viewers, what do you guys want us to talk about this week?
What do you want to talk about?
Right? Now, we got a response to that. That was very interesting because it had nothing to do with what to talk about for the week. You want to tell them what it is?
Someone asked if we will have a regular female voice on the podcast.
Damn.
I'm not going to make any promises. Yes,
I'm not going to make any promises.
I'm going to say, if you hear a female voice, you hear one.
Let's put it in the court of the viewers. Do you guys want us to have a regular female voice? If your answer is no, great. We'll continue as is.
That's your guys' show.
If your answer is yes, then we can't promise you that, because we're gonna we're gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to figure out if we can get that regular voice for you, man.
What if you have a rotating female? You know, off record. Let's
not spill all of our ideas.
We got work in progress.
Let's not spill all of our ideas, man. But what's on the docket today?
Let's start with music, because we always start with music.
Music potpourri
unites the world. I remember I tried starting a blog once. It's called Music Unites the World. Shit. I got like people were like, "That's a good idea. That's a good talk."
I don't know, man. You're giving people ideas. We know people take our ideas nowadays.
You know what? I'm gonna stop talking. So what about music?
Yo,
did you watch
VMAs?
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch that.
I don't watch award shows either. I did hear one thing about it.
What'd you hear about it?
All I heard was that Travis was seated beside Nicki. Travis and Kylie.
Do you think they did that purposely? Or do you think it was just scheduled that much in advance?
I think it's scheduled that much in advance.
Or, here's my hot take, and I said it on Twitter.
Hot take.
I'm confident Nicki and Travis are working together in terms of keeping their albums relevant. Right? Because I think Academics was saying week 2 numbers. Nicki's projected to do about 90K second week. About 100K second week. It's not even about the win or the loss at this point. It's about the fact that now both of their albums, there's no sort of major album that came out this week.
There really wasn't.
They have the opportunity to be numbers 1 and 2 again next week.
There's nothing.
And now we're in the 3rd week of Travis, the 2nd week of Nicki. They're both still relevant in terms of album discussion.
Oh, yeah, hell.
They're still very fresh in terms of album discussion. So if Nicki says, yo, Travis, I'm going to come at you. I'm going to take the fault. I'm going to do my crazy shit.
I'm already known as a
just be bitch. Cool. Be yourself. Be cool. Don't really give it no mind. It'll help both of us.
Hey, I would believe that. I believe record
labels. And then now, like you said,
do whatever.
Knowing that something like the VMAs is the seating is scheduled so in advance, Nicki picked Travis because she knew she was sitting beside him.
I don't think they know where they're sitting.
Nah, fuck with you.
But I do believe that.
I'm giving them way too much credit.
I believe what you said about her hitting on saying.
That's just my conspiracy mind working.
Talk some. Hey, trust me, the music industry is all a conspiracy.
Facts.
Everything is conspiracy in there. Yeah, all I heard was Travis was seated beside her and he has to be moved, and he got moved.
That was a little surprising to me that he has to be moved, because I thought his whole thing in this, I can't even call it a back and forth. In this one-sided back and forth from Nicki, Travis has never really said anything.
Yeah, but
in fact, he went to go play ball with Meek Mill, and I think that was his statement.
Did he really? Oh yeah, he did with his ugly ass.
Oh, he's trash.
He's so trash.
He's trash. He's not quick. I will get right by him and lay it up on him every time.
Stick to music.
And Meek, yo, you see Meek's game? Meek has that Tim Duncan
post
back to the basket. Yo, he hit that. He hit that. Yo, he'll post me up. He's like 6'2".
He's tall.
He'll post me up.
He's a bigger man's pause.
But Meek is slow.
I think he wanted to move his seats more because of Kylie.
In terms of her feeling.
Yeah, Nicki came at Kylie and their daughter. So
yeah, that's
what you gotta be. That's my baby mom.
That's foul. So, that was the tipping point for like Jay-Z with his relationship with Kanye, right? It was like, come on, man, you brought the wife and the kids.
Exactly. It's different if it's just both of us.
Come on,
that's
now.
different.
That's
all I say about the VMAs. I really don't know what else happened in there.
Otherwise, what?
There's a Toronto one happening. MTV Music Awards.
I mean, no, the bunch of music,
VMAs?
The MMVAs.
Oh, I don't know. Everything is
Come
just
on,
now.
you don't watch MMVAs? No,
I don't watch anything.
I don't watch award shows.
At that?
I don't watch award shows, but Panic at the Disco.
Are they performing?
I don't know. They usually
grab a bunch of white people.
They usually grab a big Canadian act.
Oh, Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes is their Canadian act.
Yo, Shawn Mendes cleaned house.
I don't know how big Shawn Mendes was.
Oh, I knew.
Like I always thought he was like. I knew he was big, but I didn't think he was like.
Listen, big. Put it this way. Every year in pop, there is a Justin Bieber, and I use that to like really connect the viewers to what I'm trying to say here. There's always a Justin Bieber on the male side, and there's always a Justin Bieber on the female side. Remember when it was Ariana Grande?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember when it was?
She never fell.
She never fell, but the female Justin Bieber isn't Ariana Grande anymore.
Who is it now?
It's Dua Lipa.
Is she that big too?
She is that big, and you won't even understand how big she is until next year when she's no longer big anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
When the new Justin Bieber is in,
and you still realize that she's
you know what I'm saying? Shawn Mendes. Remember when it was I'm really aging myself here. Remember when it was Jesse McCartney?
Yeah, but he had like one.
Remember when it was?
What I mean by Shawn Mendes being big is like he's still big. Like Jesse McCartney's not selling out the ACC. Shawn Mendes will sell out the ACC.
But what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is, there's always that one act in the pop world that the urban world is completely not aware of.
Oh, but they're bigger than.
But they're huge. Monumental.
Okay,
they're huge. Right now, it's Shawn Mendes.
He's big.
I don't know who it's going to be next year.
Well, we don't know.
I don't know who it's going to be next year.
Plans.
For the female side of it, from as far as I'm aware, it's Cabello. What's her name? Camila Cabello.
I'm gonna say Christina.
I always say Christina for some reason. Christina. It's Camila Cabello. Isn't she the one that was taking awards away from like Jay-Z and stuff at the
I think it was her.
Didn't she win Album of the Year for the VMAs?
I don't know
you know
anything about the VMAs.
And it's Dua Lipa right now.
So shout out to Dua Lipa.
Fuck. Who else is? I'm trying to think of some other names. I can't think on top of my head.
I have no idea. I'm not into the pop world.
You know what surprised me about the VMAs?
What happened?
Travis Scott's performance.
He performed at the VMAs?
Oh yeah. I didn't even know. Like, okay, to me, Travis Scott is what he does on his tracks in terms of changing his voice and using his voice as an instrument. I've never heard him say a word beyond his music. Like a word.
He doesn't really do interviews. Come think about it.
Doesn't do interviews.
He had no press run for his album.
Has no memes. That's crazy, by the way. No press run, 500K. That's bananas. But
although
he does his performance, and I'm just like, this nigga really got a voice. Like he really has a strong stage voice.
And he's one of the few people that actually puts autotune in their mic, so he performs with autotune in his mic.
This time around, he didn't do it. I know that was something that some people were giving him flack for.
Really?
Yeah, this time around, again, I've only seen like a couple of Instagram clips, so don't hold me to this. Don't shoot the messenger.
Someone's about to come at you.
But from what I saw, it was just his voice. It was just him as a rapper performing his song. He did.
There has to be autotune in there.
I don't know if he did Butterfly Effect or did he do another song? I was trying to remember, but I don't know. He didn't have any autotune in there from the clips that I saw on Instagram. Oh, fuck. So again, it was good. From what I saw, it was a good performance.
To the Drake concert.
Are we gonna get to that hot take already?
Okay, let's finish with Nicki because
let's save the Drake hot take because I have a huge Drake hot take. Jeez. Huge, and this is backed up by some support from a fellow viewer of the True North Views podcast. So shout out to them.
I would go Nicki Minaj versus the world.
Nicki, man.
Actually, no, sorry, it's not Nicki Minaj versus the world because I'm done with Nicki. I want to say was
we had a bunch of notes on Nicki at one point, man.
Yeah, but it's Nicki. Everyone's talking about Nicki. I don't.
Queen Radio.
I don't want to be the only.
Nicki's more funk flex than funk flex is funk flex, man. Like are you hearing her on Queen Radio?
What you just said.
Are you hearing her on Queen Radio?
I don't listen to Queen Radio. Yeah, that's why I don't listen to Queen Radio. I feel like she's just still trying to sell her album. It's only the second week, so I don't want to listen to her radio.
She absolutely is.
If you're doing this with no album coming out after a year of your album release, then I could consider it.
Shit.
But she postponed her North American tour or leg of her tour.
The NickiHndrxx tour.
The NickiHndrxx tour with Future. I guess you didn't know. Because everyone thought Future dropped out. She claims.
Did you see the video that she posted about her explanation?
Yeah, I didn't see the video, but I read articles on it where her album came out too close to the beginning of the tour, so she didn't have enough time to prep.
So what she was saying in the video, because I know you read it, but what she was saying in the video was, she's like, "Hey, Barbs, so as you guys may know, my the North American leg, it's postponed. It's definitely not canceled. And the reason for that is I had to push the album 2 months, and I was still writing, hours before the album had released. So." I don't really have the time to, rehearse the songs and, give you guys that full performance that you guys are going to need.
Yeah,
Now, for the North American leg, I may have to get another co-headliner. It may not be Future, or I may decide to just have a bunch of opening acts and blah, 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 blah. Right? So I think she's backtracking a little bit. I think she's just.
Why do you think Future dropped out of the tour?
I don't know. I mean, I believe what she's saying. I believe there is substance to what she's saying. You want to rehearse your songs. You want to put on a good performance.
Sets like ready. Like you don't want to be rushing or unprepared. You want to be prepared. People are
exactly. But I don't know. I really don't know what to think about with Nicki. I just hope that she finds the mental peace that she's looking for. And I think that's really all there is to say about Nicki Minaj.
People are saying she's not even selling that well on her. Like, people are because now
because
now it got postponed. Well. People are responding their tickets, and Nicki is not selling stadiums as they were trying to sell before.
So okay, what would you in this very moment right now? What do you do if you're Nicki Minaj? I'm saying just in general because
change my venues to smaller venues.
Yes,
although she won't accept that, but
she won't.
Change to smaller venues. Get off social media. Get off blaming other people. Like again, people said her work was better than they expected. That's she won in my eyes because no one expected her album to be this good.
At the end of the day, she's doing damn near 300K in her first 2 weeks.
Yes,
and
she's still
people say the album is better than they thought.
I said the album was better than I thought.
And the album still is to some songs somewhat critically acclaimed.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of good records on there.
Like that's what's pissing me off about Nick is just where's this attitude coming from? Just accept the fact that some people are not gonna like your album and go ahead with life.
Let's get off this Nicki shit, man. Because
I just want to talk about
3 weeks in a row at this point.
I just want to talk about the NickiHndrxx tour and
that tour, man. But that to me that tour is not like Drake and the Three Amigos. It's like that's not like a must see tour.
And Future is not Future from 3 years ago, where Future was big. And Future went on tour with Drake 2 years ago.
I think that's the thing about it. Like I'm not sure why this tour is even really a discussion when Future's not that big anymore.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Future, not saying he's falling off, but he's not where he was.
He's not as prominent as he was because
he's not fuck with your bitch in a layup. Hey, fuck with your bitch in a layup.
I think the thing is, and this was explained on I'm forgetting where I heard this from. Shout out to the podcast that I listened to because I don't know which one did it. It was either He-Man's Woman Hater Club. It was either Need to Know podcast. It was either Joe Budden Podcast.
Joe.
I'm not sure which one said it.
Yeah.
But the point, and this wasn't even really about Future. I think they were talking about, it may have been Everyday Struggle because I think they were talking about Young Thug.
What did I just say?
There's more people that sound like you now.
Okay, yeah.
So you didn't fall off. Future did not fall off.
Future didn't fall off. His album Beast Mode 2 still bumps. I bump it.
Yeah. So it's like Future didn't fall off. It's just more people sound like Future. So there's almost a saturation of his sound.
He's just not prominent. He's not in the spotlight.
Right? Or even look at a Thugger, and we'll probably get to him a little bit later on. But there's more people that sound like Thugger. As creative as Thugger is, there's more people that have that super creativity in their music, and it's going to dilute your product.
Agreed.
Sometimes when you're a trailblazer, you also sometimes lose, right? So
this is just a random topic. I've been watching, I don't know his name on YouTube, but he posts a lot of YouTube videos, and they're like 4 or 5 minutes long. He just talks about music, and every time he talks about it, it makes me question what we're listening to. And what he said was, the reason why Cole, Kendrick, Drake can top the charts is because they're actually relatable. He's like, these newer artists were always wearing designer and expensive. We can't relate to them because we don't dress like that.
Right.
And it's almost like they're always talking down to us, always saying, I got more money than you, I'm richer than you. Whereas when you go to the Coles and the Drake, they're not flashing their money around. They're always talking about their come up. Which is what everyone's still in the struggle, pretty much.
Very true. More relatable, absolutely.
And he's like, that's why they can last longer, and that's why they can always sell after 2 years of no music, because they have that fan base that relates to them versus the newer Dreadhead, SoundCloud, face tattoo rappers with always gold and Versace, Gucci. Like, we can't relate to that. We don't own Gucci. We covers can't even afford to buy Gucci outfits.
Yo, the way I see it, bro, is like these new age rappers to me are Jeremy Lin, bro. They're Jeremy Lin. Much. You know, Linsanity lasted 5 games. You know, Jeremy Lin has what does he hold the record for? I think it's the most points ever. It's an ESPN stat, so bear with me. The most points ever scored in the first 4 starts by an NBA player ever. I think
not the point guard that's Asian from China that went to Harvard.
Not that far.
6 feet tall.
We don't have to go that far into the ESPN stats this time, but I think number 1 used to be Allen Iverson, like 100 points in 4 games. So his first 4 starts, he averaged 25 a game. I think Jeremy Lin's at like 103 points in his first 4 starts.
That's an empty stat.
To me, that's what these new age rappers are. They're Linsanity. Yeah, Linsanity doesn't last long, right? And at the end of the day, even beyond the relatability, bars speak for themselves.
That's another video he posted about. I'm watching so much videos of this.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen even Wayno said that on Everyday Struggle. At the end of the day, even Nadeska was saying that. Shout out to Nadeska. The bars speak. The bars are the difference between a 5-year career where you can be hot and a 15-year career where you can be steady coasting.
You know what he said to in another video? He said, this is one I was going to say to you. He's like, music has changed so much that we get blown by the dumbest bars now.
That's true.
Like Lil Pump could say like a little line, like, oh my gosh, bars. When we think like, that's not a bar.
That's facts.
And like, remember like driving down and listen to a song you've heard 10 times and you hear a bar and you're just like, oh wow, it always flew over my head and now I just get it.
I mean, that
doesn't happen as much anymore.
To this day, I'm still catching Jay-Z lyrics.
Yeah, Lil Wayne is one of the best. Look at Lil Wayne bars.
You know what I'm saying? To this day, I can bump Blueprint 2. I can bump Black Album. I can bump, Reasonable Doubt. I can bump anything and be like, holy shit, I did not catch that.
Yeah.
Wale, you gotta eventually give him some fucking.
People are saying
you gotta give him a few attempts.
People have come at me and said you should give him some more.
Wale has some of the most clever lines I've heard in the last 10 years.
I believe that. I used to like Wale. His album About Nothing was one of my favorite albums.
Oh yeah, I love that album. Let's get into some new music though, man. So we got a couple of new music releases that dropped this week. The new Bas.
I don't know what it is.
It's Bas. I think it's Bas. It is Bas. I'm trying to remember how it's.
It's Bas.
Yeah, it is Bas. I remember Ferg. Ferg said, "I'm with my homie Bas" or something.
That song bumped.
That song was fucking hard.
The one with Ferg.
So that new Bas drops. It's called Milky Way. Definitely a very good project overall. I've given that at least 5 spins.
I'm giving 1.
At least 5 spins, at least.
But I'm not a Dreamville.
I'm a Dreamville stan, so I'm just gonna put that out there. And I have a very interesting hot take. I'm just prefacing all the hot takes. I haven't even gotten to the other hot take yet, but I got another hot take coming in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's ready.
So, very good project overall. Now, I noticed a bit of a theme to it. I'm listening to the lyrics. I don't know if you noticed as well. I'm listening to the lyrics, and it's like, I can't tell if it's like breakup. I can't tell if it's like getting a second chance with a female, or I can't tell if it's like, I don't want the second chance with you. It's kind of like almost fighting your internal demons of like, no, I'm good without you.
Wait, but I want
you. But you know what I'm saying? Like something was there. There was something there, and that really made me like the record even more because I know Bas has bars, right? I know he has bars. I know he can make great music. Forget bars himself. He can make great songs. But now you're giving me an album that has some kind of fluency to it.
Was this his first album?
No. He had Too High to Riot. That came out.
No, mixtapes, albums?
I think Too High to Riot was considered an album.
Okay.
I think so because it's on Spotify. So I'm going to assume it's considered an album.
Spotify, sorry, just cut you off there. Spotify needs to add not old rappers, but older rappers mixtapes.
They won't do that.
Spotify really needs.
They can't do mixtapes.
Why?
Because that's money to the artist based on music that hasn't cleared.
Ah, that's true. Okay.
Right? Why do you think we'll never get mixtape Cole on Spotify?
Yeah, because on that one is like dedication 3 from Lil Wayne. I'm like, I gotta go on Dat Piff to find that.
I wish. So again, to me, that really elevated the album for me. I actually give this a pretty good rating. I'm not going to say it's on my top 5 for the year, but I am going to say it's a really good project. To me, it's another W for the Dreamville team.
It definitely was a W for them.
What do you think about the album itself? Because you never really fucked with not that you didn't fuck with him. You never really checked for his music.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Lit Like Leash.
Yo, we're gonna butcher. Yo, shout out to Lit Like Leash, man.
Lit Like Quiche.
Lit Like Quiche, Lit Like Leash. Yo,
Lit Like Leash. Sorry, Lit Like Leash.
Let's look this up on the fly, man, because this is one of our loyal listeners, man.
Shout out. But I wasn't even going to listen to this. I was just going to say, this is you, run with it. And then until she said she's waiting for a review on it or our conversation on it. So I said, you know what, I'll give it a listen. And so I remember Bas from one song with J. Cole right before his second album.
Is that Revenge of the Dreamers 2?
Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know where it was from. I just know the song. It was right before, around the time Illuminati Kill. What's the second album?
What's it called? Villuminati. What's it
called?
Yeah,
something like, I think like Illuminati.
Some shit.
But it was lit. Just feel the buzz or something like that.
Yeah.
That was the first and only song of Bas I know from Dreamville. But I liked the song. He sounded good. He had a good flow. He had bars on it.
And their name is, I'm going to give them a shout out again. It's Lit Like Leash. Fellow podcaster, man. Fellow podcaster. You can follow her at Lit Like Leash, LITLIKELEESH. Gonna give them that shout out, man, because they're fucking loyal listeners. They follow us heavy. They're waiting for our reviews, and that to me is mind boggling. So
honestly, it feels so special for someone saying we're waiting for you. Like, what?
It's really appreciated, man. It's really appreciated that our opinions are starting to be cared about, man. So shout out to them.
So just this project in general, back to the project. It sounded, now they probably had the same producers because he's on Dreamville. Mm-hmm. It did sound a lot like Cole.
Well, Cole did a lot of the production,
which makes sense.
Yeah.
The beat sound like something else on Sideline Story or his first two albums. I'm not saying anything's wrong with it.
No.
That's why when you work with your boy, you probably,
you inherit a lot of their tendencies and stuff.
And he's the bigger one, so you're like, something he's doing is working, so I'm gonna continue off what he's doing. But all in all, it was a solid project. Good beats, good bars. I listened to it through and through. I know some songs were like 3 minutes long or less. I don't know why, but
there's some really fucking good records on here, man. I'm looking at the list. I just want to see how many songs.
The Ferg one, I actually played back the Ferg one. I've only seen album once, but the Ferg one I stopped. When I was done, I was like, we'll play back again.
The Cole one is crazy. So some standout tracks for me, the whole thing. But no, I like the intro, Icarus. That's with Ari Lennox. Front Desk was an interesting track. Tribe with J. Cole, my goodness, that song's bananas. Boca Raton with Ferg.
Oh, that was the song, Boca Raton.
That Barack Obama special was nice. I'm just naming the whole album. Purge was a really good song.
Track number 6. Track number 7.
Fragrance with Corey C. I liked it too.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a song with Cuz on there?
He didn't. Cuz wasn't on that. I don't think
the last track too was good. I forgot what the last song was. It had like 3 features or something. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, you're talking about Spaceships and Rockets.
Yeah, I like that.
Shit. I didn't see no Cause on the album.
And like you said, there was a theme to this album, which is something.
Yeah, it's a very interesting theme. It's all like I still can't put my thumb on it exactly what the theme is, but I love that that there is a theme.
And you know what? I'm always going back to this YouTuber, and I'm going to get his name for next episode just because a lot of stuff he says I agree with. He says we have no more themed albums, especially with this new age. I'm not gonna call them new age rappers. Is they just drop a bunch of songs put them on and call it an album.
But that's what's always been an important factor for me. That's why you'll notice the albums that are in my top
have a story.
They always are theme based. Mm-hmm. You have that's what your album is. Your showcase, right? Like you can put out a hot single, you can put out a hot track, a hot freestyle, a hot mixtape, and it's just bars or it's just you, flexing your muscle. It's you playing pickup ball, so to speak, right? But at the end of the day,
you're trying to get to the NBA.
There's a lot of NBA players that can drop 35-40 in pickup. There's a lot of dudes in street ball that can drop 35-40 in pickup. But you put them in organized basketball, it's 5 people. It's KD, it's Bron, it's
more than just
Steph. It's, you know what I'm saying? There's an elite core. I need to see your elite core in Game 7 of the finals.
Agreed.
That's what I want. That's the mindset that I want you to have when you're giving me an album. It's got to be themed. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying?
There's got to be some thought to it.
Exactly.
Not just put a bunch of tracks that you made and be like, oh, here it is. There's no...
Let me get to one of my hot takes.
I was going to get to your hot take.
I'm fucking taking forever for them. Is Dreamville officially the best crew in hip hop?
No.
Now, before you answered it already, but that's neither here nor there. Why not?
I don't know.
Or who? Okay, let's
Maybach come up, music.
Let's come. Oh shit. Let's come up with a quick list of hip hop groups, and I say let's call them crews. Let's not call them groups. Hip hop crews that are still together to this day. So even a Maybach, I say maybe not, because Wale is kind of there. Yeah, Meek is kind of there. Ross isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, I see what you're saying.
So to me, it's like there's TDE.
Okay.
There's Dreamville.
There's Wu-Tang.
Stop this. Half the people don't even know who Wu-Tang is anymore.
A Tribe Called Quest.
Unfortunately, no, stop this. Don't do that.
Mobb Deep.
Shit. Are you kidding me? We're not doing this.
But I do get everything. Dreamville right now.
Dreamville and TDE. There's ASAP Mob. They're still strong.
Odd Future.
The YBN. Okay. Corday and them.
Get the fuck out of here.
Corday is nice though.
Yeah, I feel like he just had a good intro.
What did you just say? Did you say Young Money? What the fuck you say?
Well, Young Money too. If they were still together, I'll give them.
Nah, Young Money don't count no more.
I said Odd Future.
Odd Future still
I don't
counts.
Know are they still together?
They still count in my book.
Okay.
They still count in my book.
NWA.
Yo, they might be the best because, okay, a lot of people will say TDE is probably the best one out because of Kendrick, because of SZA. A lot of people like Q, and then J-Rock, of course. Nah, you're not naming a bunch of fucking No, we're not doing that.
I'm not going to go
We're not
back
going to have this
90s.
Discussion if you're going to name classic duos.
Yeah. Okay, but I do what say. So do you think TDE? You think Dreamville's better than TDE?
To me, I think Dreamville's better than TDE.
Why? I gotta hear this because I'm putting TDE over.
Okay, so let's break this down. The boss, Cole versus Kendrick. We can agree that Kendrick is technically ahead in that battle.
Yes.
Right? But we can argue that they're equal. In my opinion.
Yeah. If someone said they're equal, I wouldn't fight them.
Exactly.
And if someone said Kendrick is better, I would not fight them either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, that has a potential. If you say Cole's better, I'm like, you gotta prove it to me.
You know what? Let's give TDE the slight nod on that one because Kendrick has done a lot of shit. And that nigga won a Pulitzer Prize. Goddamn it.
Honestly,
let's give him that.
But although I do think Kendrick is
okay. Who would you say is TDE's second runner-up? Is it J-Rock? Is it Schoolboy Q? Is it SZA?
If SZA was still singing, and I'll put still singing, not like she stopped, but
yo, we're recording at the crib.
Just waiting for this
train to pass by. Fuck it, we're gonna go anyway.
Okay, if SZA didn't have her throat
infection or whatever,
and she's still constantly dropping music, I would have said SZA.
I'm putting Ari Lennox up against SZA,
but I will put Schoolboy Q as second in command there.
I'm putting Cause up against Schoolboy Q. I'm putting
Absol.
I'm putting Bass. I'm putting fucking Earth Gang.
Who's Earth Gang? I don't know who Earth Gang is.
God. JID.
Is he on Dreamville?
Yes.
JID's on Dreamville?
Yes.
I had no idea. Is he from North Carolina?
Probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting let's talk here. So Dreamville has Cole.
Yeah.
They have fucking why am I blanking out right now? They have Bass. They have Cause. They have Earth Gang. They have JID.
Okay, JID's
They have Ari Lennox.
Omen.
You know what I'm saying?
Earth Gang, Bass, Ari Lennox, Omen, Loot. Or whoever Loot is.
I don't know who Loot is.
I'm just on the website. Yeah, J. Cole, Omen, Bass, Cause, Loot, Ari Lennox, JID, and Earth Gang. Those are the artists.
Dirty. So to me, not many groups are fucking with Earth Gang.
I've never.
In general, once you get put on Earth Gang, you're gonna know exactly. Like if you like JID, I can make the argument that Earth Gang is better than JID.
Is Earth Gang is JID in Earth Gang?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, no, it's Johnny Venus and Dr. Dot.
So I can make the argument. I can make the argument that JID is better than. Sorry, I can make the argument Earth Gang is better than JID. I can make the argument JID is better than Bass.
Okay.
And Bass, I'm putting up with Schoolboy Q.
Jeez.
So it's like, let's really, you know what I'm saying? And I put Cause right there with Bass too. So it's like, to me, that Dreamville team cannot lose.
I'm giving it just TD just because I know them more. I know more of their records. I know their artists more. But if I was taking Dreamville the way you do, hey, who knows? Maybe Dreamville is better.
I want the viewers to give some feedback here, man.
Yeah, let's
are we putting Odd Future in that discussion because they have some motherfuckers? What was that shit called? What's their name called? The Internet?
Oh, the internet with Sid the Kid.
They have the internet. They have Earl Sweatshirt. They have fucking Tyler, who's on a rampage right now. Is
Frank Ocean still with them?
Let's still count Ocean.
And even though he doesn't drop music as often, he's still fucking.
He's still on the list.
I hate to admit it, but he's fucking. Fire.
Odd Future got some people.
Yeah.
Odd Future has some people, but I'm still sticking with Dreamville. Those are my people. Shout out to them.
If you say so.
Shit. So again, I want the viewers to tell us, man. Yo, what are some hip hop crews that you feel are at the top of the game? Is ASAP Mob there at all?
No.
Ferg.
All you have is Ferg. Really and truly,
Rocky. No, they got Rocky. Don't do that to Rocky.
No, but that's all they have.
Okay. What about 12V?
He ain't really like fire like that.
What does ASAP have?
They have one of them raps. Nast. ASAP
oh
Nast.
Yeah.
That's the last one that raps. The other ones do like fashion stuff and production.
Well, they win the fashion game. That's for sure.
Good for them, man.
But yeah, check out that new Bas Milky Way. That's a super dope project. My early rating is an 8 out of 10. To me, I'm not comparing the albums per se. I'm more so comparing, I guess, the quality of work.
Yeah, I was going to give it an 8 too. I do it.
I'm going Redemption J-Rock, like that similar type of quality to it, right?
Yeah.
And that J-Rock project was on my top 5, or top 6 or whatever the fuck number I have. Now. So I see that. I see Milky Way as a project that's right there. So that's some good shit.
I do respect the production on that, and it was a good album, solid album, something we haven't seen in a while.
Good shit. What else came out, man? Did you hear that new Youngboy and Kevin Gates?
NBA I actually did, and I actually sort of enjoyed it more than I expected.
It's trash.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed it. I like NBA Youngboy. I don't know why.
You know what?
Something about
I was pleasantly surprised by Youngboy. So when that first song came on, so this is what is it called again? I think it was called For Respect. Yeah. So NBA Youngboy, Never Broke Again Youngboy, because you can't say NBA. Plus Kevin Gates. It's called For Respect. It's 4 songs long, like you said.
Yeah, a few features too.
I got into that first track and I was hearing Kevin Gates and I'm like, okay, it's Gates, whatever, it's Gates. I don't mind Gates. And then NBA Youngboy comes in. I'm like, yo, this guy's nice.
You didn't listen to his album, did you?
This guy's nice. No, I didn't.
Honestly, give his album one play. I'm not saying you should like it. Just give it one play and tell me what you think about him. He's actually really better than people give him credit for. Like he's like a rapper. Like he raps. He doesn't do the auto tune. He's not trying to. Maybe he does auto tune and sing a little, but he's like a rapper.
More rapping.
Like he cares about his bars more than
more Denzel Curry, less Lil Pump.
Yeah. And I think he signed to Birdman too, so he uses a lot of like Hot Boys. Like he has a lot of Hot Boy references in his album too. A lot of Hot Boy beats, like like the Blocks hot, the Blocks.
I'll give him that.
He had a song like that. It was a really good album. That's why I put it on.
I'll give his project a listen, but this Youngboy Kevin Gates thing, that shit was trash to me. I'm cool without it.
It was a one-time listen for me, to be honest. I enjoyed the one-time listen, but
I am cool without it.
I don't need to listen to it again.
Yeah, I never need to refer to that again.
That will give me the same.
I'd much rather wait for a Kevin Gates solo project, if anything.
That's what I thought it was at first too.
But we saw them appearing on Instagram video together often over the last 2 months or so. Not even 2 months. Over the last month and a half.
That's probably when
so we knew something was coming, right? We knew they were collabing. We knew they were working together. But this is not it, man. Try again.
Question.
Go ahead.
I saw this on Twitter. Someone's asking, are we over collab albums? Like, there's a lot of collab albums that were coming out recently.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Or are they overdoing it at this point?
I'm going to say they're reaching too much. I say the point of a collab album. So let's go way back. Let's go way back in history. And I'm going to use like one or let's use 2 examples.
Okay.
And they're all Jay-Z related.
Okay.
Let's use 3 examples.
And the first collab album
Jay-Z Linkin Park.
Ooh, that was low-key fire.
That's 2 worlds coming together.
Right? That was 2 different genres, like heavy genres.
2 heavily different fan bases coming together. Let's talk Jay-Z, R. Kelly. 2 heavily different fan bases coming together.
Rap opera.
Right? Let's talk Jay-Z, Kanye. I'll make the same argument.
No, I won't say they're not.
Kanye is coming from the overproduction. What am I trying to say? Kanye is coming from that, not overproduction. Let me not.
Standpoint.
Yeah. Production, not quite bars. Jay-Z's coming from a bars.
Not
to say not quite production, because he still had the highest level of producers with him, but it was the bars, it was the music. right? And
it was more about the bars then.
Two worlds coming together from that perspective. Let's look at some recent shit. Drake and Future.
That's what I was gonna say. That was like the first
two worlds coming together. Let's look at even that Huncho Jack shit was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Who was that again?
Quavo and
Metro and Travis. Yeah.
And then there was the other one with
Metro and Big Sean.
Offset and Metro and Big Sean. Then there was Offset and 21 Savage.
Yeah, that shit was nice. Really that shit was super nice. So to me, it's like there's gotta be a reason why you're bringing two artists together for a project.
Not just because
Kevin Gates and NBA Youngboy. I'm sorry, that's not it.
It's really not.
You know what I'm saying? It's really that's it. That's not it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I'm agreeing with you with that.
Is Jay-Z and Beyonce. That is it. That's a collab album that we want to hear. Who else would we want to hear in today's rappers? Fucking pair up.
I want to hear like a good producer, like a really top producer with like a really top lyrical rapper. Something I want someone that makes trap style beats with someone that raps about.
So Travis Scott and who? I want to hear Travis
Scott
and
Jay-Z type. Yeah, Travis Scott and Cole.
You know what I want to hear? I want to hear because they're on tour together. I want to hear Young Thug and Cole.
See,
that would be stupid.
That will be that's what I want. Like two different.
That's the thing. There's a reason for them coming together. They're like you're looking for synergy.
Yes.
Right. Like and in all those examples that we've given, there's always synergy opportunities there.
It takes more than just let's hear a beat and rap on. It's like we got to make both our styles work into one track. Now do that 10 times and give me an album.
Real shit. What else came out this week?
I was gonna say, viewers out there, let us know what type of collabs you want to see.
Real shit.
Like, let us know. DM us. We'll talk about it on here too. Like, what we think about your collabs.
We want to give you guys those shout outs, man.
Doesn't even need to be rappers. It could be a pop star and a producer.
The Biebs and Scott.
Ariana Grande and Metro Boomin.
Yo,
tell me that would be a fire album.
That would actually be stupid fire. Like that's the funniest part.
People are gonna steal our line. You know what?
Ariana has. Yeah, we got to stop giving our ideas out because we're hearing people steal them. We're hearing. We see you. But we don't mind, man. We spread the love, man. We don't mind.
Talk about that.
Ariana got a powerful voice, man.
She can sing.
She has a fucking powerful voice. Sing. Yeah, she can. But let's talk about that Everything Is Love, man. So a new version, version of Everything Is Love, the Carters, Jay-Z and Beyonce dropped. It's a title exclusive. I'm still on my 6-month free membership. I got a couple more emails to go. So I got title for
I got to tell you the Gmail.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we said that 3 episodes ago. You still ain't tell me yet.
Remind me. I'll tell you.
So title exclusive. I didn't expect to like this. I'm usually not a fan of
Chopped and Screwed.
Not to say I'm not a fan, but I'm usually not in a mood for a Chopped and Screwed album.
I do not like Chopped and Screwed. Shout out to whoever remixes that, but I'm not a fan of Chopped and Screwed.
I usually don't. But I listened to this because first of all, the album order is slightly different.
Oh, so they changed it.
They blend in a little bit better, track by track. It's good. It's good. I don't really need to extend on it because obviously Everything Is Love. Everyone has heard it. Yeah, I hope
everyone has their own opinion.
And everyone does have their own opinion. But for those that maybe have title, if you don't have title, we'll get a free membership.
Free wax. Well, not really free wax, but you know.
And listen to that Everything Is Love. It's called Chop Not Stop Remixes.
Is it slop or stop?
Sorry, slop. Yeah, why did I say stop? Chop Not Slop Remixes. Everything Is Love. That is definitely worth a listen.
I'll give it a listen.
Did any other new music drop? Didn't Logic drop some shit?
He dropped a single.
T-Pain. Oh my God, let's talk about T-Pain for a second.
Song, but I haven't heard it yet.
So what T-Pain is doing is, and he mentioned this on the pull-up episode that he had with Joe Budden. He's basically getting rid of all his music.
Shout out to T-Pain, man.
In his catalog.
I don't blame him.
T-Pain's one of the GOATs. We got to start recognizing him.
He is.
But what he's doing is he's getting rid of all of his songs, basically, right? So he has a song with Joey Badass and Joe Budden.
That came out this week?
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll give it a listen.
Oh, my God. It's on T-Pain's official YouTube channel, so go ahead and...
So it's not on Spotify?
I'm not sure if it's on Spotify. I know the other song with Gucci is on there, and I'll get to that in a second.
I saw that, so I didn't listen to it.
The one with Joe Budden, my God.
It was good?
Joe Budden hasn't lost a step. So
how long ago was it recorded though?
A good question. Probably a year ago, but he still hasn't lost a step. Still, oh my God. Anyways, that track is stupid fire. comes out with another song with Gucci Mane. That song is, come on. T-Pain has it.
T-Pain's nice.
Did the LMA Boot Up remix way back
that was a month ago. Fire.
Come on now, T-Pain. We need that. I want a project from T-Pain.
Remember he came out with T-Wayne, with Lil Wayne? I never heard it though because it's not on Spotify. Again, artists, if you don't put your shit on Spotify, I mean, we try to do all the research to find it.
You gotta live that SoundCloud life. No. Let's respect the research, man, because sometimes people gotta research to find us.
Oh, that's
let's keep that going.
We're trying to make you available. We're trying to make us available.
I'm trying to think. What else came out? Nothing else?
Nothing that I really cared about. Yeah. And again, this is one of the few weeks where I was musicked out.
Mm-hmm.
Every 3 to 4 weeks I get musicked out. Where I just need to clear my head, not hear bars or not hear anything that's really going to make me think.
I'm with you on that.
And then next week I'm probably going to come back and listen to all this stuff. I'm like, okay, yeah.
For real, man. For real. I'm looking at some concerts. This shit is way too expensive for me, man.
That Travis Scott concert? Okay, before I even go into Travis Scott concert, there's one thing I wanted to say. Again, it ties back to Nicki because somehow Nicki's involved in it.
So back to Nicki. Yo, shout out to Extra Gravy Podcast. Yo, those guys are motherfucking funny.
Yo, they kill me.
Every single time Marlon Palmer says, okay, so back to Nicki. What's the other dude's name?
I know when I see it.
It's no disrespect. Yeah.
I know like when I see it on Twitter, I'm like, okay, I know this guy. But like, I don't remember like.
Fuck, that's no disrespect to him, but he gets so cheesed every time Marlon brings back Nicki Minaj. Okay, so back to Nicki.
She's everywhere though.
Fuck, that shit. Yo, okay, what she's doing is technically working. I will say that, but go ahead. Sorry.
Did this actually? The only reason I have to do with it is because she tried calling out Travis Scott on it, and then I watched it on Academics, and he cleared up why Nicki was cheese.
Oh, the whole nigga of the day award?
No, it's why she was cheese that Travis Scott's merch counted towards his physical sales, which we're going to talk about too when we talk about first week sales later.
Yeah.
But what she did was, if you bought tickets to her concert, you got a code to get her album, which was added to her physical sales. But the way Travis Scott did it was, when you bought her shirt, you automatically get the album, so it automatically goes to sales. Whereas for Nicki, you still have to enter that code before she can get the sales to count towards her first week. So she was mad because Travis Scott's team pretty much finessed the system better than she could.
Yeah, I mean,
they found a way of doing it without the code, and
that's all it is, but we know that already. Nicki's team didn't prepare for this. Nicki's team thought her status alone was all she needed. So midweek or early on in the week, she started all these different tactics. She put Fifi on there. She put... And I'm sure a lot of her 90K second week is due to Fifi.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure.
People putting Fifi all weekend.
Not even that. Like, Fifi already has established numbers. When it came out, it did huge in its first week. Fifi was a big song in its first week.
But when you add Fifi to your record, it only goes on for that first week. After that, sales for second week is like a brand new week. Yeah, which is why second week sales is way more important than first week sales. Oh, first week sales includes all your singles.
Hold on, let's pause for it because I really want to deep dive on album sales for a second. So let's.
Either we're watching. I was looking and I told you about this for Travis Scott concert tickets, and the minimum at Scotiabank Theater,
Scotiabank Arena, get it right.
SBA.
The SBA, no more ACC.
Was 117 after tax. That's it.
Who else is on the tour?
It was big though. Gunna, I think. It was Gunna. Was it Lil Baby? No, not Lil Baby. Who else was on his album? There was 4 people in that thing. I can't remember. Gunna, Trippie Redd, and
Trippie's on that. Yeah, they added Trippie on that.
To be honest, it would have been a good sale.
That's not $117, bro. That's not $117.
That's not $117.
Because at $105, I can go see J. Cole, Young Thug, Jaden Smith, and all of Dreamville.
Right.
And you think I'm gonna take this?
Well, some people will.
At 117? Oh, you're bananas.
And this is again 300 level.
I'm cool with that.
There. I'm good, love, enjoy.
I
just thought it was really crazy. And then I want to Kijiji after, and people are selling tickets for like twice the price.
That's fucked.
It's all hype, it's all Travis Scott hype.
Yo, these concert tickets, man, they're getting outrageous.
Well, Ticketmaster started showing the price of fees now.
Do they?
Yeah, so no more. Let me add these 2 tickets, and now they're $500. Now, when I said 117, that included the fees.
I'm not even mad at that then.
So you know what you're getting when you start Ticketmaster. Shit. It's still available.
Yo,
but yeah, that's all I had to say about.
I gotta fucking find some last minute tickets. I want to go to that J. Cole show, man.
When is it again?
I think it's at the end of the month. No, it's August? In October, early October. Sorry, why did I say end of the month as if it's September? I think it's early October.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything to say about the Drake concert?
So the Drake concert, yeah, that was my hot take. That was another hot take that I have.
Sheck West. That's the last other. That's the only reason I would want to go to this concert.
For the one song, I would go to that. Pay $117 for one song. Real shit. So I got a super duper hot take, and it's hard for me to bring this up. Shout out to one of the viewers. This viewer shall remain nameless for now, because I'm not sure if this viewer is comfortable with me giving their name, so I won't. One of the viewers went to the Drake concert. Now, I wasn't going to go because, you see, the way my wallet is set up.
You ain't got Drake money.
I ain't got Drake money. I got a Three Amigos money.
Jeez.
So I asked this viewer how the Drake concert was. And this viewer said it was good, but I wasn't overly impressed.
Yeah, which is one reason why I did not want to go. And I've been to like 5 or 6 Drake concerts.
And that's the thing. And you've been. So you can tell me if I'm wrong at any point in this discussion. Right, I'll kind of read it almost verbatim.
Yeah.
I said, "Have you gone to Drake shows before?" She said, "Well, I went to I went to Weekend and Drake. I went to Weekend concert when Drake showed up.
Okay.
And that was more lit than his entire performance."
Well, Drake showing up anywhere always makes a place. Do you see Drake when he came to section? This was like 2 years ago. He came out of like a little concert in UK Section Boys, and the whole crowd just pushed forward. Like everyone was standing with their phone. Drake
I will do you one better than that.
Everyone just pushes forward.
I'll do you one better than that. I went to the J. Cole concert probably 6-7 years ago. Hit It in the Morning.
Mm-hmm.
And when Drake came out, I promise you, I moved 5 feet forward without taking a step.
Yo, trust me, Drake. And that was 6-year-old. That was 6-year-old.
Somehow I was just like, I just floated. I was like, swoop, and I somehow I was 3 rows up.
Yep, Drake.
Anyways, so she then said, "I know he was trying to be one-on-one with the crowd, but it was kind of boring watching him just walk back and forth on the stage." So I said, "Damn," I said, "you're probably the first person I've heard that's not overly impressed with a Drake concert." All right. She said, "It was just him alone the entire time, walking around." Right.
Mm-hmm.
The flying car was out, but it was only on one side of the stadium. We couldn't even see it from where we were sitting.
Oh, that's shit.
So I'm like, damn, I'm low-key cheesed, even though I didn't go. I'm low-key cheesed at this point, right? So again, what she's doing is she's just reiterating. It's not really anything exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you go to a Drake concert, you expect him to surprise you. A couple of things were cool, but nothing was really special.
You know, sorry, I'm just going to cut you off there. Even just seeing videos on the timeline, he had no he had no set, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing in the background, just a stage and him walking on.
And I'll add on to that very quickly. Okay. So what she said was he had drone shows during the performance, which was cool, but a little overrated. The car thing pissed me off because that was the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I didn't even get to see it from where I was sitting. Right?
So did you really see it?
Some dancers came out and danced for a couple of songs. And the hottest take that she said to me, and I'll close it off with this: Migos was better, if I'm being honest.
Damn, I think the Migos suck in concert.
And I was like, whoa. So that led me to wonder. We kind of said the same thing about the album. We're kind of seeing it with the concert. Is Drake starting to fall off?
I won't say fall off, because I think Drake's like 10 years away from falling off, or even being considered falling off. I think it's just his album was not like his other albums. I don't know how to explain it, but this album was not
it wasn't as meaningful, I guess.
It wasn't like, it just didn't hit the way his other albums did. So when imagine now performing those songs live, it's like, yeah, your album didn't hit the way it thought it would. So you performing it live won't hit. Like when he performed back to back at OVO, because that song hits. It was hit. Just I don't know. That's why I had no interest in going to this Drake concert, and I went to the one with.
And that's another take that she mentioned as well. She was like, Drake really should have just kept OVO Fest.
He really should have, honestly.
Just kept OVO and just kept it at that.
Yeah, I do believe it was boring. His album was not the touring type of album.
Right. So, I guess then. You know what? I almost retract my statement. I don't think Drake is falling off. Obviously, I don't think he's falling off.
Yeah.
That's super obvious.
I didn't think you meant he's falling. It just means he's not like.
I think what it is, and we discussed this during the album release. We knew he was just getting out of his deal, So remember we said maybe there was an amount of songs that he had to make, and that's why he made 25 songs.
That makes sense.
Here's my final album. Here are my final 25 songs.
Now I'm free. I pretty much did whatever I could, just quick drop something.
So maybe that's what it is, and maybe that's just gonna give him, to Drake's standard of performance, a mediocre tour run, performance-wise. We know the sales are there.
Oh yeah,
That's
never gonna go away.
We know the popularity is there.
Never gonna.
We know the merch is gonna be there, et cetera, et cetera. We know when Drake is at the Scotiabank Arena, everyone on your timeline is posting. From the Drake con. Everyone's in the 300 section.
All I saw.
everyone on your timeline's in the 300 section.
Oh, actually, no, my barber. Shout out to Get Him Faded. He was like on the floor.
Oh, but he spends though. He spends on Drake.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. We'll give the real name. Shout out to Eddie.
Get Him Faded on Instagram.
Get him faded.
Good luck trying to book him.
Yeah, good luck. We're fucking with him.
No, I just mean like he's always busy.
That means he's making money and he's busy. Shout out to him. But I think with Drake, I agree with you. I almost take back my own question. I don't think it's that hot of a take. I think he's just gonna have a mediocre tour run.
But that's why when you drop an album, like everyone said, this was the worst of his album.
Exactly.
No, I'm not saying it's
or
a bad
not
album.
the worst, but like the lowest tier of his albums, along with
I'm
the
not
other
saying it's a bad album, but
compared to.
If you in all his 5 albums, this is number 5. So you're bound to like no one was like
Kobe, KD, Kyrie, pick a K. I don't know why I said that. I just felt like
when Joe Budden was going off on that line.
Fuck. Oh man, I could talk about that podcast for hours, man. They said he was a barb, and they said he's Ken. So like KD, Kyrie, Kobe, pick a K, Ken. And I was dying. Fuck, I can go on that podcast forever.
Yeah. You doing music for now?
We might be done with music, man. So let's just get into some sports shit.
We didn't talk sports last week, did we?
I don't think we did.
Really, honestly, off-season basketball, football, hockey, even.
Yeah.
It's all off-season period.
It's all. There's no major sport going on right now. So, fuck it. We're gonna talk about some sports stuff, but we're gonna have an interesting discussion with sports. Let's get the actual sport stuff of it out of the way first.
Yeah, let's do that.
And really, there's only one storyline there, and that's Kawhi Leonard being open-minded to considering Toronto long term.
I knew this will happen.
So I was gonna ask, do you think there's anything to that?
Yeah, I think if we have, and I think everyone in Toronto knows this, if we have a great year, Kawhi is a star, comes back, MVP candidate season, we go, let's say all the way, even just the conference finals, that's a good season. Toronto.
If we put up a 6-game series against Boston or Philly,
I say Boston. I think we can beat Philly.
Either or. Let's say we lose in 6 games to either of those two teams
in the conference finals.
If I'm Kawhi, I want back. I want back in. I want another stab at these guys.
And he just probably had an MVP season. Or...
And then, did you hear the LA news, the Lakers news?
Or they don't want him?
No. Did you hear any news regarding the Lakers?
No.
Okay, so I think it came out over the weekend, or maybe Friday night, that there is a player that's considering or open-minded to playing next to LeBron James. That player is none other than Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy Butler said he's open-minded. Again, it's reported. I don't know if he said it. I don't know if it's whatever. But the article out there says Jimmy Butler is open to considering playing next to LeBron.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to put this.
Now, if that happens...
You could put anybody's name. It's open to consider playing next to LeBron. And I guarantee you, if there are 600 people in the NBA, 598 of them are saying yes. The only one person that's not is Kyrie.
It's CJ McCollum and Kyrie not. But
he also said he wants to
I think that would be a great thing. I think that would be a great thing for Kawhi. Kawhi's likeliness of staying with Toronto. If the Lakers get a marquee player at Kawhi's position, first of all, they don't need any of these guys. First of all, they have Kuzma.
Yeah, I still think
Kuzma's gonna be a fucking monster.
I don't
think you would understand how it's almost hard to know who's gonna be the best young Laker.
I still think it's gonna be Lonzo Ball.
It could be Ingram.
You know what? Ingram did have a good season.
Ingram is.
He just needs to bulk up.
What was the hot take?
Ingram's gonna be like KD.
No, they said Ingram was gonna be better than
Lonzo, KD,
Jason Tatum.
if he can bulk up, people don't understand how good Ingram is. He's just really skinny. Like, he can't do anything in the post because he's gonna break a bone. But if he was to get some muscle, if he was to get some muscle, he can almost be a poor man's KD. And I said poor man's.
And he kind of already is. He can shoot. KD.
He can drive.
Threat. He picks up the ball in a triple threat position.
Mm-hmm. He can finish at the rim.
His ball handling was getting better. His playmaking ability is getting better.
He just needs to rebound more, but again, that just comes with weight. He can't be in the post with people that are 280 when he's.
But Kuzma got the X factor, though, man.
I think Kuzma is going to get guarded a lot heavier. He's going to see a lot more
Kuzma
pressure
has
this
that
year.
You hear the Lakers are considering playing LeBron at center?
Yeah, I saw that. Like, they're starting 5.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, man,
that's a death
whatever
lineup.
Works. Whatever works.
Okay, think about this death lineup. Whoa, I don't even know where to go with this one.
Sorry, one.
I don't even know where to go with this one. Let's say Lonzo, Ingram, Kuzma, Braun, Randall.
Oh no, who's that? Who's the guy from Detroit that they signed last season?
Don't tell me Contavious.
Yeah, he's gonna start.
He's ass.
He's gonna start though.
Contavious is ass.
He's gonna start. They need that veteran.
No, we good. We're good on that. We're cool without him. Julius Randle.
No, he's on New Orleans now.
Oh, he gone.
He was like the first day of free agency he signed.
Oh fuck, he's gone. Okay, shit. Let me take that back.
He's been gone.
Okay, let's say fuck. I don't know if they got a death lineup.
They have that guy that did really well in the summer league. Josh Hart.
Josh Hart is nice.
The LA Lakers.
He's a nice third string point guard or backup point guard.
Yeah, he's a good backup point guard.
Yeah. Fuck it. We're not gonna go deep. We're not
gonna
deep dive.
Rondo.
I was gonna say Rondo.
Stevenson,
I was gonna say Rondo.
Mike Beasley.
Lonzo. Kuzma, Ingram, Braun. I was gonna say that could kind of be their death lineup.
They have Beasley too. Oh, Rondo on the one.
No, you're not really. You're not telling me a death lineup. You're telling me a NBA Live lineup. But fuck it, we're not gonna deep dive into the Lakers roster. I just hope that if that Jimmy Butler story has any merit to it, it makes Kawhi think, yo, these motherfuckers really don't want me.
What Jimmy Butler also said he wants to play with
Kyrie in New York. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
But yeah, Kawhi Leonard is open-minded. That's a good thing for us. We both thought that all along already.
If we have a good season.
So that's not quite news to us.
I see why you need
but it's news to the world now. So shout out to that. And hopefully, I think the Raptors can still win 62 games at the very least.
What did I say, 65?
I think I had pushed the 65 number, but I'm kind of revising it now. I think
I'm just sticking at 65. I said 65. I know I'm saying mid-60s.
I'm going to go with 61.
I'm saying mid-60s. We did 59 last year? 60?
We did 59.
Yeah, we did 59 because I was cheesing. We should have
I know. 60. Fuck. I remember those last 8 games too. We had lost 2 or 3 of them that we should have won. And
one against Cleveland too. It was when Cleveland was in their slump.
I was like, Jesus Christ, we got to beat them. But again, my official prediction is going to be 61 games. I may change this week over week, but it's my official prediction as of today. Now, I want to get into something much more important, much more substantial in nature here.
Yeah.
It's reported that NBA teams will want to start asking for players' mental health records. And because we don't fact check, we're going to make a couple of assumptions here.
Oh, of course. Duh.
These mental health records will help to determine whether or not we want to sign you, whether or not we want to give you a max contract or $25 million a year instead, whether or not we want to give you 2 years or 5 years in terms of the contract length. And I think part of this news coming out is a result of Jahlil Okafor. He came out and said that he had some anxiety issues. So that was reported. We know Kevin Love has been openly speaking.
Depression.
We know DeMar DeRozan has been openly speaking.
Depression as well.
I'm a little upset at everyone I'm not gonna hate. I really don't want to hate.
I'm
a little upset at everyone praising Kevin Love. I'm a little upset at NBA players praising Kevin Love and not praising DeRozan. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not going to elaborate on it. I'm just going to put that out there.
I was asked why, but you know what? Leave it at that.
But yeah.
Do you think this is a good thing for the NBA? Like, I see the positives and I see the negatives. I see the positives saying, okay, this guy is known for depression. Like, let's know how to treat him. Let's know how to
if this person has anxiety, then I can understand why
and how
they may do this in practice, or I understand why they may do that.
But I also see them saying, "Oh, you have anxiety. You're supposed to get 15 mil this year. We'll offer you 7."
Exactly. Look at remember Roy. What was his name?
Rolls Royce. I call Rolls Royce.
Roy Woods? No, that's a rapper.
It was Royce something.
Royce
it was
Smith,
Royce,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was an S. Like
what
Royce.
What was his name? I think it was Royce Smith.
That couldn't fly on a plane.
He couldn't fly on a plane.
That's crazy.
He had true anxiety, right? And now, if I'm an owner and if I'm using my lottery pick on Royce White, I think
Royce White. I actually just googled it. Royce White.
And if I'm using my lottery pick on Royce White, I might reconsider.
Yeah, of course you're gonna. Well, I'm not gonna pick someone that can't fly on a damn plane.
So now the question is this a good thing or bad thing for the league?
It's a bad thing because knowing the NBA, it's more of a business than
a genuine act.
Let's care about you, and they will use this against you more than
for you.
That's what I think.
I agree with that.
Do you agree?
Like I completely agree because now, like you said, it's a good and a bad thing. Now the way that it should be used, like we've said, helping to understand players, getting the right treatment, for lack of a better word, with players, getting the right support system around players. And that's how it should be used, is to really supplement their experience with that organization for as long as they're with them for.
Yeah.
But, it's business. We know money talks. We know that the objective of the owners and the objectives of the franchises is to spend as little as possible and to make as much as possible.
Maximize their profits.
Right? Maximize your profit margin as much as you can.
So I have another question I just thought of.
Go ahead.
So the NBA, it's seen as work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to work.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I said it like that. You do go to work.
Quote unquote.
You do go to work.
We got the 9 to 5. We both got the 9 to 5. If
your boss or company is to say, we need to see your
mental health record,
isn't that's private? That's super
violation.
Private. Right?
Yeah.
So can the NBA do this?
From that perspective, no.
Because technically you're going to work and you don't need to know about my thing at work, my what's it called?
But now unfortunately, the difference between the NBA and us is that although you make a lot of money for your company, I can argue that you as one individual have at least a 6-figure impact on your company.
Okay.
I can make that argument based on the work that you do.
Yeah,
I can definitely make the argument for myself.
No one's paying you. No one's going to pay you to make less money.
Well, of course. I mean, they at the end of the day, it's a mutual.
Yeah.
It's a mutual relationship. You work for them; they give you compensation for it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, of course, you're bringing in more money for them. Otherwise, why
are you there?
Yeah. So I don't disagree with that. Right. I know I definitely make 6, if not 7 figures for the institution that I work for. Right. If we're talking NBA, we're talking multi-millions. Yeah, we're talking, we're talking merch.
LeBron's probably bringing a B.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a B. Pick a B. Pick a B.
He's bringing in a B.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're in this entertainment landscape, and let's call it entertainment in terms of music, sport, whatever. You're talking multi-billions, and it's on because it's on a much larger scale. We have to ask ourselves: is this sensitive information legitimate to ask for? And we know the answer is no.
It should always be no.
We truly know that answer is no. But it's like we can both play devil's advocate and say why the answer is yes.
Yeah, like if I'm an NBA owner, I can fight this to death on why the answer is yes. And if I'm in the NBA PA, I can fight why the answer should be no.
So is there a potential middle ground for the teams and for, I guess, the Players Association with respect to mental health? Because now, as we continue to progress through time and as mental health continues to become less of a stigma and more of a conversation, will it be to a point where it's normalized? Will it be to a point where mental health records are as normalized as physical health records?
No. I think there will be a middle ground where it's just going to be kind of like, I suffer from depression, and that's all you need to know, or not suffer from depression, but I don't know a better way to
impacted by depression.
Yeah, guys, I don't know a better way to word this, so don't kill me for this.
No, and our intention is right. Our motive is right. We're not approaching this in any insensitive way. We're open minded to learning about it and having more conversation about it. And you know what? we play a very important role as well. People do listen to us, and I think it's important to have that conversation about mental health and make sure that, like everyone else is saying, just make it less of a stigma. If we make it more and more and more of a regular conversation, especially as Black men, imagine people of color, minorities, immigrants, whatever you want to refer to us as, we're not taught that.
Yeah, we're not.
So, we're that first generation that are teaching ourselves and teaching those to come after us.
Yep.
Right. So fucking shout out to us, man. Shout out to us.
Shout out.
What was it? Self-love is the best kind of love, man. Self-love is the best kind of love. You already know what it is. Shout out to us.
Thank you guys.
I think I just wanted a reason to use the soundboard.
Thank you, guys.
But shout out to us, man. Shout out to us. You already know what it is. Shout out to us.
This is what I was going to say.
What were you going to say? As
I think
the audience continues to laugh.
I think.
I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there. All right, go ahead.
I think the NBA will be able to get to a point where they can okay, this person, again, lack of better terms, suffers from depression. But that's about it. They don't need to know why, what, where, what they're doing to treat it. Unless the player opens okay, I need to not play point guard to help my depression. I'm just giving an example. Of course.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like that, they can get to know. But I feel like that's where it should stop. They don't need to know every single detail, every time you go to therapy, how many times. They don't need to know all that. No.
I completely agree with
that.
I think
they should just know the point. He's out from depression. So if you see him acting kind of weird, know how to help him. Because I'm doing this just for the players. I'm looking at the players' safety.
Right.
Like, you don't want.
Well, I mean, even if you look at the and sorry to cut you off there, but even if you look at the profession in general, right? And I'm talking the psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, that whole profession.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to disclose the information that they receive.
It's
right. In fact, I was listening to a really
patient
good
client or patient doctor privilege or whatever it's called.
I was listening to a really good mental health podcast for Black people. I'm gonna give them a quick shout out, man. I'm gonna give them a quick shout out because they're actually fucking amazing. Shit, where they at? They are called. Where they at though? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at though? They are called the Black Unconscious, a mental health podcast. So they're really good. And what they were saying was that where was I going with this? I forgot where I was going with this. What was I saying?
Something about mental health.
Oh yeah. What they were saying was that in their profession, because they actually are licensed, so they're in the profession.
Are they further? I don't know. I need to know the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist.
Oh, there's a ton. Well, I can't even get into that.
Okay, we'll say that for another day.
Look it up and read it to yourself. Shout out to Savon. But what they were saying was that, in their profession, they can't even really speak. They can't quote unquote diagnose celebrities. They can't quote unquote diagnose figures without having a personal relationship with them. So they technically, as a professional, I can't even say, yo, I think Donald Trump has depression. I think Donald Trump has anxiety, whatever it may be. Yeah. Right. I'm just using those as examples because that goes against almost their ethics.
They can't.
Right. Their code of conduct.
So I can't just watch on TV and say.
Yeah. Like you can't just say, yo, I see these symptoms. Therefore, I think that person has that
in depth
without having a personal, actual client relationship with them. So the point I'm trying to make with that is this mental health conversation and these mental health points and topics and ideas and quote unquote diagnoses and things like that is personal.
It is.
Right?
It is.
It's personal. It's between you and the professional that you're working with.
Yep. They go to school for years to train.
And if that professional can't even talk to their friends about it,
they can get fired.
Why should that professional release their records to you as an organization that will then potentially release it to the public?
Oh, definitely.
And now the entire world is aware that DeMar DeRozan has depression and anxiety and this and that and that. And now you know all the details about him from what was supposed to be a personal conversation between him and his psychiatrist or therapist or whatever.
Which is why I agree that it should not be, the NBA has no right to ask for this.
I completely agree.
Like they can ask for it, but they have no right to demand it.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have no right to make it mandatory, right? Yeah. Like to say, you know what, we need your mental health record the same way we need your physical.
Yeah, it's not the same at all.
It's definitely not the same thing. You know, there's a huge difference between your physical and your mental health. So it's like, again, maybe as a society, we're just not there yet to really, truly normalize this discussion.
We're not. Honestly, we are not. Like, but not discussion, but like to make it open. We're not. Sorry, I thought you were going there with that.
No, I completely agree. I completely agree with that. So, I mean, I think I'm just going to kind of leave it there. I don't think that the teams should be able to ask for the mental health records. I think the mental health status is potentially important to know for the organizations, but more so as a helping mechanism rather than a deterrent of whether we should sign you or not.
Which is what they will use it for, to be honest.
Facts.
We've talked about it 10 times.
It
should be at this point, I think it should be up to the player. Mm-hmm. Like how DeRozan and Jahlil Okafor,
how comfortable they are speaking about it.
Until you're comfortable to talk about it. Because once the public knows, you gotta know the public's gonna know.
What was that dude that used to be in the league that was supposed to be nice? The big guy, a big man.
Kwame Brown?
Nah, don't do that. He was never supposed to be nice.
Hashim Thabit?
Shit, I fucking forgot.
Oh, Anthony Bennett?
Nah, don't do that.
I don't know. He said the tall dude.
Supposed to be nice.
In fact, everyone drafted
that nigga that blocked everyone, that smokes weed.
Oh, Larry Sanders.
Yeah, Larry Sanders.
Like I said, I'm like, no one drafts someone to not be nice. Like,
shit, that's fact.
If I draft you, you're supposed to be nice.
That's a fact. Fuck, man. So I mean, that's kind of where we stand on the mental health thing, man. Again, let's just make sure we do keep that conversation active. I think we all have a responsibility, especially as minorities, especially as Black men. Even if you're not a man, just as a minority in general, as a Black person. We have that responsibility to talk about it. So, let's keep that discussion open. Viewers, share discussions with us, and we're here to be there as best as we can.
Yeah, we're all ears, man.
Let's get on to something that maybe is a little overdue, and I'm wondering kind of why it's happening. Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson.
Yes. So this is a one-on-one. Is this a one-on-one? Have you heard about this?
I've heard about one-on-one tournaments in the past. I don't have a track record of who's done it in the past and how much money it's been for, so don't ask me. But
I've never heard of this before.
$9 fucking million to the winner.
Yes, that's a lot of money. These guys probably like chump change, especially like Phil Mickelson. But
$9 million to the winner. That is crazy.
And here are the early odds, since you know more about betting than I do.
Let's hear the Vegas lines on this.
You gotta tell me who's favorite to win.
Oh, Tiger's got to be favorite because he just came second at a major.
This was posted 3 days ago. Tiger is minus 170. Phil is plus 150. What does that mean to people that don't know?
Will take that. Whoa. That is not bad. So
if I bet $100 on
So what that
Tiger
means is
Woods,
that if you bet $100 on Tiger Woods, you will, what'd you say, minus 170?
Minus 170 for Tiger.
You will profit roughly $70. Roughly.
Okay.
Right? So really what that means is if you bet $170 on Tiger Woods, you will profit 100.
Okay.
That's what that means.
So for Phil
at plus 150, what that means is that if you bet $100, you will profit 150. Right? So it's not a huge underdog. Phil
because of the weekend he just had to.
Yeah, but obviously I haven't really checked for Phil, but I would think Tiger Woods is a clear favorite right now, especially with the way he's playing. Mm-hmm. So that surprised me a little bit.
I don't watch golf. I don't know much about it. I probably will try and put a little money on this just to keep it a little enticing.
Yeah, to tune in.
Yeah, because I don't watch golf at all.
But I'm curious about it, man. I'm super curious.
It's Thanksgiving weekend, so it's not till.
So some American shit.
Is theirs in November? Ours is in October.
American
right?
Thanksgiving is in November. Yeah,
ours is in October.
Don't they have football that weekend?
Yeah.
So
it's a day.
Nobody gonna watch this.
It's a day.
That is true. Nobody gonna watch this then.
It's a day.
But that's interesting. I'm just glad to see Tiger Woods, back in the limelight a little bit.
For real.
Because everyone likes a redemption story.
Who doesn't?
So that's kind of it. Any other sports conversation that we want to have?
Sorry, let me just grab my notes out. No, nothing really. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I think that's it for sport.
Thing came out just random. I'm gonna talk about one sentence. The Lithuania team, the BBB team.
Oh, they're hating on the Ball brothers.
Yeah, the premier said that they ruined the whole team, and
I bet.
Who didn't see that coming?
I bet they did. They're just trying to, get that clout.
Pretty much.
Why not?
Yeah.
Did you hear? I don't know if this was old or not because I saw it on Instagram, and then when you swipe left to the next picture or whatever, it showed. So basically, what it showed was LeVar Ball talk. Whoa, I'm like fucking ready to like sneeze or something. I don't even know. But they're talking about LeVar Ball was talking about Bronny, and the JBA. I don't know if this is old. I don't know if this is old because the response that was posted was like a 2-year-old response from LeBron. So I was like, but anyway, fuck all that shit, man. Let's move on, man.
Do you think Bron is going to go to NBA or sorry, to JBL or JBA?
No, he's not going to the JBA.
Not exactly. He's going to college.
He's going to
Ohio State.
He's going to college.
He's going to Duke.
Let's get into some very, very important podcast talk, man.
Where did you come from?
Where did you come from, Spotify Joe?
Spotify Joe,
man. Spotify Joe, you already know what it is, man. We gotta really big that one up, man. I'm gonna hit that applause button a couple of times.
Let's get it.
That shit sounds like rain. That soundbite sounds like rain.
If it's raining outside, just go put the microphone outside.
Yo, shout out to Joe Budden.
I have a question.
Gotten the Spotify bag. We're congratulating. Let's congratulate a little bit more, man. You trailblazed. You trailblazed for us, Joe Budden, man. You showed us the way. You did it the right way.
This is where my question
you didn't sucker out. I'm still celebrating. you didn't
I can't
sucker
celebrate
out.
To answer my question.
You didn't. Okay, let's hear. Hold on. Let's hear.
That's the reason why I'm not celebrating.
Let's hear.
What does this mean for Joe, other than he got money?
What does this mean for Joe Budden?
And podcast in general.
So what this means to me for Joe Budden is longevity.
Okay.
And I mean legitimate longevity. Podcasts are in a very interesting landscape right now because it's growing immensely, right? And there's not too much structure to podcasts right now. There's not too many end goals, if you want to call it that, for podcasts. A lot of podcasts like to do advertisements and make as much money as they can.
That's how you work.
And Joe Budden was somebody who has always been against slipping in that ad.
Low key, I've always said I never wanted to do ads. I was like, I'd rather make money through merch than ads.
So what Joe Budden has done is he's really set the trend for those who love their craft. If you want to make money, it's different. If you're just here to make money and just make a quick dollar, you might run an ad. You might make $500 an episode. You might make $1,000 an episode, depending on how many listeners you have. But that's more so the quick buck. That's not necessarily the longevity. Now, you might last a long time, but I don't think you're truly in it for the passion of the project.
You're just doing
itself.
It for the ad money.
Exactly. So you insert somebody like Joe Budden, and he refuses to take advertisements. He actually explained it on his podcast, episode number 175 of the Joe Budden Podcast, for those that want to take a listen to it. And he was joking around. He's like, yo, there's many times I wanted to take that money.
Of course.
There's many opportunities that we've turned down. There's many opportunities that made me even ask myself, yo, did we fuck up here? You know what I'm saying? Because you're that close almost every time, but it's not quite exactly what you want.
Agreed.
So Joe Budden has shown us, take your time. If you love your project and you have a passion for your project that much, don't run to that first opportunity, because that first opportunity might not be in your favor, right? Really work towards what you're trying to get. So now in Joe Budden's case, now, of course, nobody really knows the full details other than him and Ian Schwartzman. Basically, it's like he still owns his shit.
Of course, you gotta own your originals.
He still doesn't have an ad.
Because now Spotify's paying him instead of an ad.
You know what I'm saying? He still doesn't have an ad. So now he doesn't have to, sort of dilute his product with let's do a pre-roll, let's do a mid-roll, let's do a whatever.
End-roll.
Oh, let's take a break because I got to run an ad. He doesn't need to do that.
Let's pay some bills.
And he's at the bag now, right? Okay. And I really compare this, and another huge aspect of this is okay. Before I even say this sentence, remember when Apple No, not Apple Music. Remember when Apple signed a deal with Oprah?
Yeah.
Remember when Netflix signed a deal with the Obamas?
Yeah.
A little bit less Netflix, but a little bit more Oprah in terms of the Oprah Apple comparison. This is Spotify taking that chance in the podcast atmosphere.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Right? Like, Spotify wasn't the go-to podcast platform. No, I'm sorry,
it never was. It never was.
It wasn't at all.
It still technically isn't. Let's be honest. It still isn't.
I don't know. Like, podcasts. A lot of people listen through SoundCloud. A lot of people listen through Apple Podcasts or Google Play. Remember, I don't know, or the podcast app.
Viewers, how many of you guys were listening to podcasts before the 15-second skip was there? Those are true OG podcasts. Because when I was listening to podcasts, there was no 15-minute skip or 15-second skip.
That 15-second skip is so vital.
It is.
It's so vital.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, go back to where you're going. I just wanted to drop that knowledge.
So Spotify now says, you know what? We want to enter the landscape of, really capitalizing on the podcast community, atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do it with a podcast that is, bar none, the largest podcast in the urban community.
It actually is, yeah.
Right? And a lot of urban podcasters aren't even aware of the big name podcasts that are out there. And it's funny because I can say a lot of them aren't even aware of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Really?
And the Joe Rogan podcast is like undeniably the largest podcast in the world. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's the OG con. I work with this guy. He only listens to that podcast.
Put it this way, Joe Rogan podcast is on episode 1,200, something like that.
The OG podcast.
Right? Now, mind you, he does more than one show a week sometimes. But nonetheless.
Still the OG.
Still.
You gotta respect the OG.
Right? So now, he's set the bar. He set the bar to say, if you work and you continue to work and you continue to put out a good product, you will be seen.
Agreed.
You don't quite have to chase the advertisement money.
Don't clout chase.
You don't quite have to chase the dilution of your product in order to get a bag.
Can I chase the clout?
You can chase the clout. It'll help. It'll absolutely help. But what you can do now is you can really focus on keeping your craft. Because I find a lot of podcasts that are big, even the Joe Rogan podcast, the first 9 minutes of the Joe Rogan podcast, can you guess how it starts? It's 15 different pre-roll advertisements.
I was about to say, it's all ads.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and underwear. Oh, these guys give me the best underwear. Oh, tank tops. These guys got the go-to tank tops to wear. And these shoes, man, these shoes feel so good. It don't even feel like I'm wearing shoes.
Ads are so pointless at this point to me, and probably to you too, because it's not the...
I'm actually
it's not their true feel. You think they're actually saying, "Oh yes, I really do support this underwear. I really wear this underwear."
You know what's crazy?
You don't think they're saying, "I'm only saying this because they're giving me a check"?
No,
I think that's what
I would say.
Every podcast out here does.
Most TV podcasts or podcasts, at least that I listen to, I would assume that the producers or the creators or the voices behind the podcast are at least semi-interested in the product that they're selling. And the example I think about is Flagrant 2 with Blue Chew.
But that's the only one I feel.
I also think about it with, so Joe Rogan, for example, he does an advertisement for Onnit, which is like supplements, like vitamins and omegas and things like that. And that interests me because if Joe Rogan's going to be like, oh man, I took these Onnit brain pills, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I felt super focused. I felt like I can find my words. I felt like I can do this. I felt like I could do that. It's helped my training when I do, I don't feel as tired. I this, I that. I'm listening to that and I'm saying, oh shit. I mean, if Joe Rogan's an advocate for it, I'm aware that it's an advertisement and that he's being paid, but it's going to let me check it out.
Okay.
Right. It does make me look. So I will say the advertisements work. Advertisements are a good thing. And I'm not trying to say don't get advertisements.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm trying to say.
We're not saying stay independent.
Right? I'm definitely not saying don't chase advertisements because there's a very healthy way to do it. There's a very natural way to do it, if you want to call it that. But what I am saying is if you don't want to go in that route,
Joe has shown that there's another way.
Joe Budden has shown that there's another way to do this. And you now sign an exclusive deal with Spotify. Like that's huge. That's XM radio shit right there. That's Howard Stern shit right there.
So I'm assuming, since we have no idea, we have no context of what the contract was. This is just what I assumed the contract would be. And correct me if I'm wrong if you think it's otherwise. It's like Joe will give you, I don't know, $2 million, just random number.
Yep.
And every week you produce a podcast or however much they agree to for like a year, just example. Is that how this contract will work?
I'm gonna assume so as well.
Okay, that's one.
I think it'll be that. I think
per episode,
like
some
you
shit
said,
like that.
Either a per episode, a per listener, a variable pay based on how many listeners you're bringing in.
That's true.
Because Joe Budden does over $1 million a week.
Yeah, I'm not arguing his numbers
know what I'm saying?
at
so
all.
It's like,
I just don't know how their contract will be set up.
Yeah, so I would assume it's some kind of regular bag, plus some kind of variable bag based on listeners or viewers or whatever. And then I think like you said, 1 year, 2 year deal type of thing, and then renegotiate.
Okay.
Kind of like how Charlemagne talks about his renegotiations with Breakfast Club. Kind of like any other contract. You know what I mean? Kind of like an NBA contract, 3-year deal, $15 million. Great, you perform. You might get more money if you make the All-Star team. Yeah. You might make more money if you make the playoffs. If you win MVP, you might get bonuses here and there. All NBA team will give you a bonus as well. I think that's what was going on with Paul George, if I wasn't mistaken, with the All NBA team and his recent re-signing. But I think it is to that capacity.
Okay, well, shout out to Joe.
But at the same time, it's not a Lauryn Hill thing where she doesn't even own her music.
Yeah, he still owns
the shit.
The first thing I always tell people, make sure you own your product.
Make sure you own. Do not sell out to the first deal that is possibly presented to you if it's going to mean you're losing your ownership.
So with this Joe Budden Spotify deal happening, are you expecting to see more of this? Not necessarily Spotify only, the Apple Music and XYZ podcast, Podbay and XYZ podcast. Like, are we going to start seeing this now?
I think we will see more podcast exclusives. I know Tidal already does it with Rap Radar podcast. And the Do Say Fridays podcast as well with Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z's nephew, Rel Carter. They have their own exclusive podcast. So we already know Tidal's already its own powerhouse of a they're way ahead of the game in terms of
powerhouse, but
no, they like entity. I'm saying like in visionary wise, they're way ahead of the game in terms of their network. But when it comes to these other networks, Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, whatever it may be, I can see them following suit. I can see, I'm just going to throw an example. I can see Apple Podcasts becoming an exclusive home for Brilliant Idiots, as an example, right? And what happens is the greatest thing about it is that, at least on Joe Budden's side of it, he thought about the viewers so much that he made sure that a big part of his Spotify deal was the fact that Spotify is free.
Spotify is free. Oh, technically it is.
Right? So he
can you listen to podcasts for free if you have free Spotify?
Absolutely.
Like the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know.
There's probably a commercial in between here and there.
Yeah, but like a Spotify commercial.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to listen to it. So he said a big thing for him was like the fact that it's free. So we're not saying, hey guys, pay.
And he's still putting it on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
He said he agreed to that in his deal. He's still going to be putting out his podcast on YouTube.
One thing I caught, because I am a loyal YouTube viewer of the Joe Budden podcast, and I refuse to listen to the audio first.
I always listen to the audio.
I gotta go video first. But that might have to change, because one thing that I caught that nobody else is talking about, and I think I'm gonna try tweeting it. He said the video, so they're gonna do 2 episodes a week.
That's 2 episodes a week? Oh,
my whole week is gonna be Joe Budden Pause. God. My whole week.
That's a lot. I already have to fit him in and another in between 2 other podcasts.
My whole fit him in. Whoa. Pause on that.
That's a heavy pause. We need a pause. Like,
whoa.
Sound. No, pause.
Yo.
Pause.
Whoa. So he's doing 2 episodes a week. Wednesday and Saturday is proposed. The YouTube video typically uploads 24 hours later. He said 48 hours. He said 48 hours. That hurts me.
You know why he did that? Spotify wants those 2 days of play.
Exactly. And something like that, there's compromises to be made, right? Yeah. So sometimes he plays music like just out of the blue. They got to maybe be a little bit more careful about that now.
Because the artist is not technically on Spotify. Exactly. Spotify doesn't want you playing that artist.
Exactly. So there are going to be compromises that happen, but more or less that product is still his, right?
That's all that matters at the end of the day is that you keep, if something was to go wrong, you have ownership of your
facts.
Product. You can go to someone and say, look at my history. It's my history.
It's a good day, man. It's a good day for the podcast world, man. It's a really good day for the podcast world. We want to thank you, Joe Budden. Can I finally get into my celebratory rants now? Shit. Joe Budden, man, we out here. You already know what it is, Joe Budden. We appreciate you. Episode number 175. Spotify Joe. Got the Spotify. We should have played that like off the top, like a little bit more effectively. What we were trying to do was that racist ass song that's out there that says, "Where did you come from? Where did you go?" Play that.
I'll lower the volume. Just
play that. Don't increase that. So that's some racist song that's out here. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Something, Cotton Eye Joe. Now we wanted to, take ownership of that racist shit and turn it into a good thing, spin it into a good thing. So we're going to say, where did you come from? Where did you go? Salute to Spotify Joe. That's it. Salute to Spotify Joe, man.
You know what's funny?
We appreciate it.
Someone's going to name the podcast Spotify Joe after listening to our podcast.
Oh, somebody is definitely
going to make the Cotton Eye Joe reference.
But I definitely know that we found our episode name. Our episode name is definitely going to be Spotify Joe because Joe Budden has set a new path, man. Joe Budden has he's changed the podcast game.
So is the new goal to get to Spotify or get to
I think the goal now has shifted to get as much ad money as possible to get on that major.
Okay. You know what, this I don't know how, but I always think about this relates to music, and somehow I think Charlemagne said it. Maybe it wasn't Charlemagne, but someone said it's harder to sign music deals, but it's easier because you pretty much do what Joe did. You go independent, you promote yourself with the internet, and then you sign to the major. Mm-hmm. Right before, you always had to sign to someone that signed to someone that signed to someone and just to get
co-signed, and then this and that. I mean, the landscape has absolutely changed. It's a little bit more independence involved in building your craft and building your product.
We're all independent, guys.
We're all independent, man. We're trying to make it too. We're trying to get on that level. A lot of podcasts are sort of creating their networks as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to He-Man, Women Hater Club Podcast, Reek, Mouse Jones. Shout out to y'all. I know they're trying to create a network, and they're trying to get that going. We know that other networks exist. We're technically part of one.
In a weird way.
In a weird way.
Yeah, we got a distribution deal.
We won't give the details about that, but again, it really creates for an interesting atmosphere, a really exciting atmosphere of what's to come for the podcasting world. Because, like I was saying, there just hasn't been that much direction. Really with the podcast world. We don't know sort of what's the gold standard.
Like, in music, the goal is to sell like platinum.
Yeah.
To go platinum.
We can say that platinum is a gold standard, or being on a major is a gold standard, or selling out a show, or headlining a festival, or, you know what I mean? We have multiple reference points for what's considered success in the music world. But what is considered success in the podcast world?
That's a huge question.
Is it just the money, or is there more to it? Is the fact that, Deezus and Mero can do a Just for Laughs show? Is it the fact that, Michael Rappaport can come to Toronto and have a live podcast event?
That's one thing I think
go to it.
About podcasts, that there is no way to succeed there's no one way to succeed in podcasting.
And it's a young industry.
It is. It's all about millennials and using technology, which our parents did not use.
It's us sort of figuring it out as we go along. So, we're here, we're 18 episodes in. We don't know what to expect.
No.
We know that we like what we do.
For sure.
Right? We know that we like what we do. We like talking to you guys. We like, having you guys listen. We like when you guys share the word.
We love when you guys talk back to us.
So keep sharing, keep participating. We really fucking enjoy
trying to create this community. And join the community, man.
That's it. I think the podcasting world is in for good things moving forward. The podcast world has a bright future ahead of it.
Huge.
And it's the ones that show that consistency, and it's the ones that show that dedication. To their craft.
Mm-hmm. That's huge. You gotta show dedication. You can. It's not something you can just do once and think it's done.
Yeah, and they're gonna be the ones that reap the rewards from it. So shout out to all podcasts. Shout out to all podcast communities. Yes. Special shout out to Joe Budden, of course, and shout out to everyone, man. We're feeling good. We're in a loving mood today.
When one person makes it, we all make it.
That's it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So Joe Budden made it. And that gives us hope. Because nigga, we made it too. Just like we made it to episode number 18.
I'm dead.
I think I'm done giving my thanks.
Are you?
I think I'm done giving my thanks, man. Where do we want to go next, man? Do you have any random thoughts? You want to add anything to that Joe Budden positive rant?
Honestly, nothing else, man. Just everyone keep working hard. We've seen it pays off. Like I said, there's no one way to succeed. Like in music, there's honestly one way: sell out shows, sell out your out, like have a crazy sales with albums. Podcast, Jesus and Mero went TV route. You can't tell me they're not successful. Mm-hmm. Joe Budden went exclusive route. They're successful. Brilliant A just does ads. Trust me, they're getting paid for those ads.
They're getting paid. They're definitely getting paid.
There's no one way to succeed in podcasts, everyone. So just
and the more avenues that open up, the better.
Yeah,
so
Joe
this is an additional avenue that opened up.
He opened up a new street.
Hey,
right? So don't be scared, man. Keep struggling, keep hustling, keep finessing. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can say, man.
Straight up.
Straight up. Random thoughts, though. I do have a random.
Yeah, let's move on, man. So enough of that praise shit, because we're back on our bullshit. Let's get it. Random thoughts, man.
Tekashi beefing again with Ludacris.
Did you see why?
Because Ludacris said he's gonna flame out.
But did you actually did you see the Wild 'N Out clip?
Yeah, I was like, who would you sign?
Would you rather sign Tekashi or Nick Cannon? I'm definitely signing Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon bringing money.
Nick Cannon hosts shows and produces shows. I'm sorry, he can make a lot more money for me than Tekashi 6ix9ine.
And I do believe Tekashi is going to not flame out, but he will flame out.
I don't know, man.
But he makes music for that rebrand though.
That rebrand is coming strong.
He makes music for like younger kids, and eventually, you don't want a 28-year-old.
I'm just gonna need Tekashi
making music for 15-year-olds. Like they don't relate to that. They need, he needs to. I don't know. His image is for a younger core, and as he gets older, the younger crowd is not going to.
They're not going to grow with him.
No,
I see
those guys are now growing up,
and those are permanent tattoos.
Exactly.
So I mean, eventually you're not gonna be the rainbow hair kid anymore. You're gonna be a tattoo face regular dude.
Exactly, with rainbow hair. That's
how long is that gonna last? Right. But I'm gonna need Tekashi to put some respect on Luda's name.
Luda is huge.
I'm gonna need Tekashi's fan base to put some respect on Luda's name too, because
they're 16-year-olds.
I seen some tweets, man. I seen some tweets saying I ain't never hear no one saying, "Yo, let me go bump some Luda." You guys did not live in 2003.
In 15 years from now, you're not going to hear anyone say, "Let me go pump that Tekashi." It's just how life works, guys.
Man, don't get me upset.
But shout out to Luda, shout out to Tekashi, I guess. I don't know. Just wanted to say Tekashi.
Just bring that up. And I guess the Tekashi fan base, you guys need a little lesson in what is disturbing the peace and Ludacris and the run that he had.
If it wasn't for Luda, Tekashi won't be out here. Okay,
we don't know that.
Well, not directly, not directly, but I'm just trying to say, like, if it wasn't for Jay-Z, certain people won't be out here. Just
facts.
Indirectly, he was an older head. He had his time.
Let's have a quick conversation about album sales.
Oh yes.
I want to get into album sales, man, because what really upsets me is the fact that people only care about album sales.
Because that's what everyone talks about.
But
they don't know the whole story behind it.
Longevity means something.
It does.
How good your project is means something. You know what I mean? Like, Illmatic didn't sell a lot initially. You know what I'm saying? Like, Reasonable Doubt didn't sell a lot initially. And if we held those albums to today's standards, those albums would be flops. And those are two classic albums. Just two of the best hip hop albums of all time.
Yep.
But if we look at it,
his first album?
Illmatic, the first album. So if we look at it and be like, oh, and I'm gonna use arbitrary numbers. Oh, Reasonable Doubt only sold 130K first week, and right away it's being dismissed because MC Hammer sold 300K. Who's here 20 years later?
That's what I'm saying. Guys, look at 10th week sales.
Yeah.
If that album is still number 1 10th week,
Take Care is still on the charts.
That's a good album because people are still playing it.
Exactly.
First week includes your singles, like I said earlier. If a person dropped a single and it blew up, it went number 2, number 3 on Billboard's Top 100. That means the white people are fucking with it heavy. It's playing at the clubs. They put down their album, it boosts their first week sales. Second week is where your numbers are at. That's your true numbers. That's when people are doing the replays.
That's the longevity factor.
That's not
in
let me
today's
just listen to it.
Short cycle society. Mm-hmm. That second week means a lot, man.
So Nicki doing 90 second week and Travis doing 100?
Nicki's projected to do 90K second week. Travis Scott is projected to do 100K.
That just shows you how good week. Nicki's album is. Not how good it is, but compared to Travis, it's not a bad album. Even though Travis did 400 first week and Nicki did 130. The numbers come back down. The numbers don't.
I just hate the fact that once we get real rappers starting to refer to numbers,
real rappers,
we lose. And I say real rappers as in somebody like Nicki, right? I'm not talking Tekashi versus
not hype rappers.
Trippy, right?
Hype rappers.
They're not at that level. And that's no disrespect
Trippy
to them, but they're not at that. Trippy did 70. Trippy did some numbers.
He did 78 first week. I thought you would do more.
That was a dub.
I thought he had a bigger fan base.
I thought he had a smaller fan. I thought he'd do 40K first week.
A lot of people thought he had a smaller. I guess I was the only one that thought he had a bigger fan base.
I think so.
I still bump his album though. Shout out.
But again, I expect those guys to talk about numbers. You know what I'm saying? I expect
because they're hit makers.
Back in the beef days, okay, Jay-Z spoke numbers to Mobb Deep.
But then
50 Cent talked numbers to Fat Joe.
But then numbers mattered because people were actually buying their CD.
Because that was, look, 1 million people left their house and went to Target.
Spent their hard-earned money
fucking Kmart
to buy my CD.
Aging myself. But pick a K. But
Kmart.
Nowadays, it's press and play.
And the fact that singles matter.
That's it. It's just press play. So stop talking about your fucking numbers.
Numbers aren't shit anymore. Numbers don't mean shit.
I care about how good your music is. Let's talk about Nipsey Hussle. How much did his album sell? Nobody knows.
It didn't sell that well.
But nobody spoke about it.
It was
because it was in fact, it might still be the album of the year for 2018. If I'm going to keep it a band,
hot take.
I think it might be the Nipsey Hussle album.
Oh, it's pretty hot in here.
Yo, don't kill me. Fuck. But all I'm saying is, I have no more points about this, but my final saying will be, let the music speak.
Yeah, honestly, numbers don't mean shit at the end of the day.
They really don't. As long as you can still have a good outcome at a show, as long as you can still sell your merch.
It's longevity that matters.
That's it.
Guys, there's people in the 2000s that probably were number one. And where are they now? Half of them are probably non-existent.
Facts.
So number ones don't mean shit. Get a solid record that can be played 10 years from now and everyone say, damn, yeah, I still love that record.
Facts.
That's what you want in life.
That's
fuck
the goal.
Number one. Fuck your numbers. Yeah, sure. You sell 700, 400, 5,000. Let's get longevity. Put out a solid project.
Make some meaningful records that actually fucking last and are good and have a theme, etc., etc., etc. It all comes full circle. Let's move on because this is gonna make me upset and I want to be happy. We're in a good mood.
So happy.
Spotify Joe put us all on. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a good mood, man. So we're gonna keep the energy positive. We're gonna get off of that negative album sales talk. And just say, guys, make good music. Musicians out there, make good music. It will be heard. It will be heard. Mumble rap had its run, and the mumble rap era is over.
Oh, no, it's not.
No way, it's over.
No,
Expectations are back.
No, it's not. I will tell you that right now. Wait till Lil Pump drops his Harvard dropout next week. That shit is going to do 200 first week.
All right, so we got crazy Canadian shit.
I'm telling you, mumble rap is not done.
Any CCS for the day? Because I ain't going to talk about Lil Pump.
Oh, I'm going to talk about that album when it comes out.
I'm good, love. Enjoy. Pause.
All I'm trying to say, it's music now. That's what hip hop is.
It's true.
Today.
It's music. I get it.
It's unfortunately that's
just
what
don't
it's become.
Do to hip hop what jazz became. That's my only ask.
What did jazz become?
Please, jazz has become useless as a music genre.
But that's honestly with the way hip hop's going and the way these people are taking in, and it's not it's more pop, like we said, because rap has become pop.
Hip hop, yeah.
And it's the dude I was listening to on YouTube said it. He's like, before rap meant like taking in the lyrics. Now it's not that anymore. And that's why I failed to call these mumble rappers because they're just
they don't even want to be called rappers
they're
anymore.
Rock stars.
And that's the craziest part is that they don't even want to be called rappers.
We don't want to call you guys rappers because you don't.
It's mutual. Don't worry.
You don't do what rap is supposed to do. Rap is supposed to make you think about the lyrics, the bars, double entendres, the referencing lines from other songs. Like, oh damn. Like before, you used to have to like take in music. Like it was a chore, not a chore, but that was the only thing you had to do.
Yeah, you'd sit down, listen to it, and really dissect it.
Now
talk about it with your friends. Yo, did you hear that line? Did you, Before Genius was out, we were having discussions. We were making a genius.
We were like, did you take in that line? Like, oh shit,
we were collabing on our own genius fucking bars. You know what I'm saying?
But now music has become to something you just do in passing, and
pretty much,
unfortunately, it's here to stay because that's what pop culture is. That's what the main.
Well, let's see what happens, man. There's a lot of real rap that has come out. That new Bas project is amazing.
No one's gonna talk about that though. But everyone's gonna talk about the Harvard Lil Pump.
But you know what? To this day, the good music is gonna last. All the other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Remember that Pound Cake intro? Fuck.
My CCS.
CCS, man. Let's get into that. So crazy Canadian shit. You already know what it is, guys. It's that CCS. Usual, weekly, eye-raising, what the fuck stories that all have the common theme of being home to our native land here in Canada. I'd like to give you guys a little bit of, maple syrup to make you guys understand what goes on in this country. Some weird-ass shit. Syrup. Now, you have some weird-ass shit. I kind of heard what you said, but I want to hear it live.
So I just found this out earlier today. Title is, You Can Eat Lunch with Goats on the Rooftop of this BC market. BC,
so like with like Jay-Z, LeBron James, Michael Jordan.
If that's what is that what they named the goats that you're eating with? Actually, I thought at first that you can eat goats. I was like, yo, that's sick. You pick the goat out and an hour later it's on your plate.
Like curry goat? Nah, that's reckless.
That's fucking reckless. We're looking for this creative place to dine. I mean,
it's like literal
taste
goats.
Is important. And literally, on top of the rooftop, they have goats.
Where is this?
It's in British Columbia. Let me find where it is exactly.
Are these like mountain goats? Are they climbing mountains?
No. They just have it on a rooftop there, and there's a grass area, and then you can eat there. And the goats poop like uncontrollably. Like they don't go to a corner like a dog. Like they just walk and poop. Most definitely goats at an old country market in Coombs, a small community on Vancouver Island. You are able to scan through gifts and groceries before settling down for a good meal with even better company. The market's goats are most likely the best best four-legged employees. Apart from always entertaining the guests, they also maintain good behavior and an uncanny ability to always pose.
See, that concerns for a selfie. Me. That concerns me. They exhibit good behavior and pose. You know who also? We know what animal also exhibits good behavior and poses on demand? Dolphins. Dolphins. That's sign of abuse, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah, because you got to train them to do that.
Oh, that's sign of abuse, man. Oh, boy. Do not support this, guys. Do not support this.
Anyway, Ashley said, if you're nervous about goats and their safety, don't be. Even though there's that famous video of them fainting every time they get scared, goats have good coordination. They're able to hold their own balance in unique places, and they're very unique animals.
That's fucked up.
And then they talk about the restaurant, and I have no interest in going to this place because...
Yeah, don't support that. I'm just going to put that message out there. Do not support animals that are quote-unquote well-behaved and pose for you on demand, because that is a sign of abuse.
It's like the circus talk we had last week.
Yeah, that's circus shit. That's a resort. Not resort. Sorry, that's
it's a resort.
What do you call the excursion? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's excursion, vacation, dolphin shit. Sea animal shit.
They're torture.
Circus shit. Elephant shit. That's torture. Don't do it. Fuck that. I want to end on a more positive note than that because I got a funny CCS story.
Is it a scammers? Oh my gosh.
This is fucked up. No, it's not no scammer story, but this is fucked up. So I want to ask you, do you ever think about winning the lottery?
Every fucking day.
And you think about, I guess, what you'll purchase and
every fucking day.
And how often do you play the lottery?
Oh, whenever there's a big draw with Lotto Max.
On average, once a month.
Yeah, we'll say once a month.
Okay.
Like every 4 weeks, something like that.
Imagine winning money the first time that you've ever played the lottery.
Fam, that's some good luck.
Now, when you think about lottery winners, how do you envision them?
White old people?
White old people.
Yes.
Usually from some place not in Toronto.
Definitely not close to Toronto, like a good hour out of Toronto.
Right? Now, after playing the lottery for the first time ever, this Canadian teenager actually won. And he won big.
Oh, is this Princess Margaret?
I don't know. This is an 18-year-old from Trenton, Ontario.
Fuck you.
So that's in the nowheres, So we're right about the non-big city.
Yeah, Trenton is. Isn't there a school there? Oh, that's Trent University.
Oh, I don't think that's Trenton, Ontario.
I'll go where Trent is.
So this 18-year-old, now mind you, this person just turned 18, bought a ticket as part of his birthday gift. All right, and he was celebrating the fact that he had just legally became an adult. Now, it was his first lottery ticket that he's ever purchased, and he fucking won.
Did you ever buy a lottery ticket on your 18th birthday? No. You didn't do that? No. I did that. It's just one of those things like, now I'm legal. It's like buying alcohol when you just become legal. You just do it just because you can.
What makes me feel a little bit better, I'm not even going to hate. Fuck it, I'm not going to hate on this guy.
So Trenton is about 2 hours out of Toronto, by the way.
So this person won the lottery on their very first attempt the day that they turned 18 years old, or the week that they turned 18 years old, or whatever. He won now relatively small amount. So he won Lotto 649, which is kind of our second main lottery here in Toronto. So a Powerball, I guess in the States would be the biggest one.
There's Lotto Max here.
I don't know what the second biggest in the States would be, but in Canada, Lotto Max is the biggest one. Lotto 649 is Ontario's biggest one, so to speak.
Ontario. Lotto Max is all of Canada, right?
I believe so. But nonetheless, this person won $68,000.
Fuck! Shout out to you, man.
$68,000.
$68,000 more than I did. More than I have.
Real shit. So shout out to him, man. I don't know what he's gonna do with it. I think it said he's gonna pay off some college debt. That is going to happen.
Hey, smart guy, man. Smart guy.
Some shit like that. So
OSAP holds you.
$68,000, man. That shit will help me. I'll tell you that much.
For sure, definitely.
I think that's it, man. I think that's all I got.
Do I have anything? That's all CC. All I had was Canadians are sharing their ways of getting revenge on CRA scammers. If you live in Canada, you've probably got that call.
Yeah, everyone's got that call that you owe the government X amount of money. And remember that person that got caught in the Uber or some shit? I don't know what the fuck.
That's what you told me, and they ended up paying like $10,000 whatever and try getting it back.
Some bullshit.
But some people on Reddit have started sharing what they do. One guy says he puts an air horn right by the speaker.
That's funny.
Time. One guy says he just keeps on avoiding their question, and one of the guys on the phone said, "Just give me your fucking address."
Just give me your address. What I do is I just ask them, man. I just really make them feel bad. Like, yo, do you guys understand that you're scamming people right now? Like, you really are okay with doing this for a living? And even if they hang up, you know what? At least for that half second, they think a little bit. That's my only goal.
I sometimes just say hello all the time. Hello. And they go on for like a good minute before they decide to hang up.
That is jokes, man. That is jokes.
That's all I had.
You know what then? In that case... That being said, that is going to bring us to the end, the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast, guys. I will plug the socials one more time.
How's your phone not on silent?
Shit.
Is that for your computer?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you that.
I'm gonna leave that in. I'm not even gonna edit that.
Nah, leave it in. Man.
Fuck it. I'm gonna plug the socials one more time because that was a good attention grab for the socials. So you guys can follow us at True North Views, all one word, TrueNorthViews. Twitter, Instagram, Google us, True North Views Podcast. You will find us on your major podcasting stream. What am I saying? Major podcasting streaming platform of choice.
Yeah. There we go.
That includes Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. That includes Player FM, Podbay, Google, the podcast app, Google Play, everything.
Yeah.
So, most importantly, guys, continue that conversation. Please tell a friend to 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 tell a friend. 6 degrees of separation. As usual, I go by the name of Harris.
You can call me JustShola.
Tell them that number one rule, I guess.
Watch out for the wastemans.
Watch out for the wastemans. You already know what it is, guys. It's fucking late August, so you got to start staying warm out there, man, because these nights are getting colder and colder. But you already know what it is, guys. This is True North Views Podcast. It's episode 18.
We out here.
Shout out to Spotify, Joe, man. Get it.